let's fire up the stream, and now we're going to wait for them to do slotting procedure. Little interesting, because they told me they're changing how they're doing things again. Now they have a 122 person limit in that channel, but they would want me and Barb in the future to just stay in the casting couch, which is interesting. It just means we won't be able to hear the local things, and I'll just have to make do with map markers to see what we've got going. But we're just gonna chill to Naval Base Alpha as we get ready to go here. Barb is not going to be with me today. I will be solo shoutcasting, which means I will turn on my TFR plugin, and we'll have a local listen to the various groups on the ground for this operation. Otherwise, we'll see who decides to take up command roles here and how everything goes. But that number that says 80 on the top right should update to either 123 or 124 in a few moments, because we do have a full server, so. I'm going to be drinking some more Stoli Doli from yesterday night, or last night, I guess would be the better term. Things that I was working on this morning, I was putting some framework down to start working on 2 mission files for clients.
Yay, nice numbers.
And Modedic, thanks for the 44-month resub at Tier 3. You're one of the longest-running guys here, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a kick out of this one. Also, what happened before stream, Malma gave a sub to Emiskov, which, Emiskov, he's the other verified guy that jumps in here from time to time. I hope they both are doing all right as well, and I hope you all get a kick out of this stream and stay safe among COVID. So, with all of that said, other things I was working on, again, just some mission files for some clients this morning. I didn't actually build them, I just looked through the framework and what I'll need to build for them. And I'll probably stream the development of both of those files, because one of those files I'm actually going to run in like 2 weeks, I think, give or take. I gotta check my schedule again. And then I was also doing some framework for the Monday test stop for the Namalsk campaign. Everything seems to be okay, but I still want to get a few people on the server tomorrow with that mod just to make sure that nothing crashes people. Plus, I need to see if this is going to be an insta-kill vanilla operation or if the ACE integrations are going to work. But it is going to be an SCP-610 operation. Barb has some IRL things to deal with today, so I will be solo shoutcasting. Otherwise, schedule for this week.
100k what a legend.
Collins, thanks for the resub, my man. Yeah, we did hit 100k. I'm just trying to see where YouTube is gonna sort the channel now with the, you know, the daily polls and whatnot, just to see what we get out of that, and then what I can transpose that onto maybe Discord and get it as a partnered server. But again, that's just a lot of background stuff. But nonetheless, man, thanks for the resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you stay safe on COVID, and I hope you get a kick out of this operation. There is no 5-minute delay for FNF, so you got me right here. We're going as is. So we're, you know, just going to chill with this. So don't worry about the 5-minute delay. That's only for OFCRA and any quote-unquote special events that the FNF community does, which we will, there's another one coming up called FNF Titans, which is 7v7, and I'll be trying to co-cast both of those dates with Barb, which will be later in the week. I know, Lord, I do see your name up on there, and your mission file, I'll probably start its development tomorrow morning. I was going to go out driving, but there's an ice storm, so I'll be spending tomorrow doing a lot of development stuff. I'll shoot you a ping when I actually physically start on the file. And yeah, thanks for not stream sniping, I appreciate it. But otherwise, I also decided I'm going to start using Patreon again to write out my scripts. So, When I say scripts in this case, I don't mean like coding scripts, I mean the scripts for how I'm going to do stuff. So I wrote out my talking points for the channel update video I want to get out in 3 days, and I wrote out the brief for the SCP op on Monday. But a breakdown of how things are going to be this weekend and Monday is Sunday I'm taking off. It's Valentine's Day, plus it's Bloodwayne's birthday. And fun fact, usually it's not a good idea to stream on a day that is, you're supposed to spend time with your SO, especially if it's her birthday. So, I've set up a few things for us to do. But again, there's going to be an ice storm going on, so I think we're just going to stay indoors and chill, especially with COVID running rampant in the States. But tomorrow, again, we'll be doing a lot of streaming just for development stuff. I really want to spend tomorrow getting done all of the projects that I can, and then maybe we'll go into Empire at War Rise of the Mandalorian playthrough, because I do need to get footage for the second Mandalorian project, which we have to move into right now because Optray updated and broke a lot of stuff from the first project, and I'm like, fuck. So I gotta get all that sorted, and then hopefully if I get all that front logged, I can start looking into the whatchamacallit. They're telling me they're drunk down there. Jeez Louise. Hold up. Just to mess with them. But hopefully we can start looking into the Star Wars Squad mod later in the week. And I know Barb also wants me to play a Splinter Cell game with him in the coming weeks, so I gotta look into that. There's a lot of stuff I gotta look into. Ay. Otherwise, Dusty's for Blue 4. We don't have a Green 4 commander yet. Right now, they're just getting all of the communities to slot in one group or the other, and we'll get there. Hey, Barb, how you doing? There shouldn't be an open slot, and if there is, that's... I don't know. I do know they have 2 reserved slots for downstairs for me and Barbarian, but Barb isn't here today, so they should get someone to fill it, because I know we have extra people in Centaur, so we'll see how things go. Yeah, no, we can do it, Barb. I gotta free up the time, and hopefully this Saturday, if I just treat it as a general work day, because normally I take Saturdays off, but because I'm taking Sunday off, I can do all the work on Saturday, so... And then I can't remember, I think I am going to try the Sisters of Battle unit, but a buddy of mine in there who owned it stepped down, so now I'm on the fence about it. So, I don't know. Also, tomorrow, my DM's open for Project 17, so I gotta make sure that all gets sorted on a, first come, first serve basis. Otherwise, Monday, we will be doing the Project 17 test stop within TSB, so that should be like a 30-40 person Vietnam operation to test the fob construction to make sure the number is good for the amount of build points I'm going to give them, as well as the concept, and make sure there's not any like major crashes I need to be worried about. This is the only one where I intend to quote-unquote play it safe for the project, but just a large-scale test just to make sure everything works. And then I don't have to worry about that till the 6th of March because everything else is built. And then the second op will, again, I decided we're going to do an SCP op, so... we'll see how all that goes. I don't know. There's also been a recent spike of people asking me to come Zeus for them, and I've had to turn them all down, because I don't have the time. Like, if they were to give me a financial incentive, then sure, but, like, right now, for my general time, like, I do not have any, so I gotta find a way to cut down on things. And someone just gave me... oh my gosh, wait, hold up. See, it's always when we're about to start, like, after I start the stream, people just give me a new wave of Twitch URLs. So I'm like, okay, well, I literally had myself in the casting couch channel, and I renamed myself to give Twitch URLs. Like, you'd think people would take the hint early on, but they never do. I believe the HT-40 is going to be some sort of helicopter. I could be wrong, though. Well, my DMs are always open to people, Halo. It's just getting everything done. HT-40 is an armed MI8. Yeah, that's going to be painful. Let's see. The plan of attack right now, in terms of like all the really interesting Arma projects I want to try to get off the ground, is already went over Monday. Already went over Project 17. But the order of operations for Monday stuff: a mecha op, rerun of 343 Guilty Spark, but fine-tuned, especially now that I have a script that can turn vanilla damage into ace damage. A second Dark Templar, or no, I think it was Dark Angels? Whatever, Space Marines versus Furries, because people seem to really like that one, both playing and the viewership. And then I've got a few other things I can't remember on the top of my head. Maybe another SCP operation, because there's a lot of stuff that I can work with. It's just balancing everything else I'm doing right now with that. Especially since the Mandalorian stuff's going to be a pain. I need to have Audrey Hotto write a script for me. Yeah, mission God help you all cast destroy. That's an interesting one. This is Naval Base Alpha from Cataclysm. I just got bored of listening to Homeworld Tutorial, so I'm gonna sneak this into a round here and there. We'll see how everything goes. Anyway, chat, you will be my co-commentator today, so we can, you know, listen to On the Ground. When people start dying, I'll go ahead and mute myself in TeamSpeak. We can all wish Barb the best of luck with whatever he's doing IRL, because I already forgot. And I can keep drinking vodka. Ah, joy, oh joy. Let's see, other Arma stuff in the midterm I want to get into. So, Project 17 is kind of the progenitor project for, you know, just giant multi-community ops. I'm working on trying to get Havoc Hosting to, like, once a month give us a pass on expanding the server to 80 and maybe even 100 slots. I need to get into an email conversation with them about that. Again, once a month for, like, a multi-thing, and then I can, like, throw in some sponsorship BS. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that way, while that's all being negotiated, I can set up some Discord channels and build, like, a multi-community framework within the Discord itself. You know, the Liru Discord. And hopefully, you know, we can get something like that once a month. Because I really liked how, if anyone remembers Coalition, the CCOs, I liked how they were structured. I liked everything about them. I just hated the operations. Because it was originally all PvE, but then they moved it to PvP. And that, like, they haven't run another Coalition since, I think it's CCO 9, which was a World War II D-Day PvP one. And that was back in December, and it's February now. So I don't know what happened, but, you know, I would love to bring back some multi-community events, and then, you know, have TS be like the flagship community for it, because we have a really good TeamSpeak. We can integrate it all in the Discord, which is already big, and, you know, I know my server's good for it. I just have to negotiate with our host provider to say, hey, can I add, like, you know, 20 or 40 slots for a one-time, like, once-a-month thing. So, I've got 2 months to figure that out, because right now we're doing it on Camp Rogain's framework, which is members of FNF, working on with that. Is there a Zeus hop after FNF? No. It's EU branch, European branch from 3 to 6:30, give or take. And then the NA North American branch from 8 p.m. to like 11:30. So usually I'm pooped by that, so, you know. You know, I don't know why, like, everything over the past 2 months has starting later with the exception of, like, TSB ops. TSB, we've always been pretty punctual on that, but this, my 506 stuff, and that's it, though, because, I know for Paw Patrol and the Mandalorian stuff, I set the times for that, so I'm, like, very punctual in how I do things, but everything else that I've been a part of has been starting later. I don't know why. Just, I guess, people figuring things out, but, you know, had this been, like, an FNF from October, we would already be in round 1 by now. Barb, I think, can attest to that in chat. Yeah, I know. They literally said they wanted us, like, not start 30 past, and here we are, 30 past, you know? 36 past, actually, but Standard's on green for command, Dusty's on blue for command. We'll see how things go. Also, I've worked it out with Eander. He is going to make me 1 meme every Friday for Scandi Recon to promote Friday Night Fights, and we will be releasing it at 3 p.m. every week, and if there isn't a meme released, it means he didn't make one. The trade-off is I just promote his YouTube channel. So, if you like Scandi memes, we get to cover you now. Just for a joke. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but we'll see what happens. Collins, are you a part of Task Force 121? Is, like, why do I recognize that? I'm a mess today. I've been woke up a little late, put out the uploads, worked on some ops, and then I just, like, sat back in my chair and just relaxed for, like, an hour. Even though it only felt like 5 minutes tops, I literally blinked and it was freaking like 2:30, and I'm like, what the fuck? Different Collins? Gotcha, Collins, gotcha. Alright. We'll get started eventually. I swear. Alright, let me, Oh, lovely. Winter weather advisory, because ice storm. Hooray. There we go. I know, classic hurry up and wait. That is, that does make Arma 3 a really good military simulator, doesn't it? It's just like the real military, exactly. First mission, may God be with you. Interesting. Are we looking at TSB versus Scandi Recon? I'm not going to lie, I normally don't pay attention until we get on the server here, but we do have 4 IB on green 4, 1 ER on blue 4. Azariah, so green 4 is Scandi Recon, and then Devincer, yep, on blue 4, so it is Scandi Recon versus TSB. Got G-Legs on blue 4, Joseph Stalin on blue 4, so a lot of the 1 ER guys, yeah, they're all blue 4. So a good mix of players here. T5 Bay on blue 4, and then I'm assuming Nemesis is on green 4, unless he's with the staff team instead. Yeah, so basically my top-rated player is Nemesis, and my second top-rated player is T5 Bay, so they're on opposing factions. So this should be some really good PvP. We'll have to see how things go. I'm going to tab out real quick. I'm going to change it to Beast Battle. I'm feeling it for Bohemia. So let's go with that. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? So, let's see. Green 4 has control of 2 cache sites, and they're pretty well spaced out here on peninsulas. If Green 4 is quick, they can also rush for control of these crossing areas. However, Blue 4 does have helicopters that they can use to do air assault on these objectives, but for a... Gosh, like a 65 v 55 is probably going to be the official number. Give or take with that 10% numbers advantage on Blue 4. 55 players could set up a good perimeter here. If they put like a squad here, and then a squad down here to cover. But because the cache sites are really well inside of these areas, I could see them, I could see a lot of fortifications being made on the cache sites themselves, because the zones aren't too big. They leave quite a few, they do leave a few buildings to be explored inside, so we'll see where the actual positioning is, but there's a lot of room for Green 4 to set up good defensive lines here, and not a lot of room for Blue 4 to assault. It's really favoring a Blue 4 steamroll approach, but there is room for them to do air assault for a pincer move, so we'll just have to see how things go. Yeah, I mean, the last time we saw picket line defense was a few months ago with that one peninsula on Altus, with the military base all the way on the eastern tip, and the defenders ended up winning because they just had the better long-range optics. They also utilized explosive traps. They did a really good job. And it just whittled down the attacking faction. I do wonder what the weather is going to be like as well for this one. I wouldn't claim it's an independent victory just yet because of the spread of forces here. Usually, like, if we had T5 Bay, TSB, and Scandi Recon on Green 4, I would call it early, but... just seeing the names on both sides, it is pretty even. Seeing a mix of admins and vets on both sides here. I'd say Green 4 has a slight advantage in the amount of vets I've seen, but it is literally just because they have an extra, like, 1 or 2 people.
33 minutes in.
Let's go. Go.
Love how we hear Yanni in the opening barrage right there, just to call out that it started so late. And that is the sound of 123 or 124 people being moved into the TFAR channel, so it's going to lag a little bit. You're going to hear a lot of clicking as TeamSpeak adjusts to hear all that.
What's a rule?
And now, you know, coming in, you can hear them locally.
Don't move. You can turn your head.
But the Ginger Gamer, thanks for the tier 1 sub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a kick out of this PvP commentary stream, and I hope you're staying safe on COVID, man.
10 seconds.
Blue 4 does not have boats, no. I'm going to tab out real quick and just turn the music down a touch.
Lucius.
I want to be able to hear the local comms a little better here.
I think we are a little bit overpowered asset-wise. Forward?
Yeah, so Blue 4, your standard Marine Marpat gear. What's Green 4, though? That's a little bit of a wild card here. They appear to be...
Do you have to share the same opinion?
No, you're just...
Yeah, some sort of Cherno-Russian force. But with, honestly, it looks more Russian, actually. Except they... Ooh, wait a second. I'm not seeing body armor. Oh. Oh, no. Alright, no, I'm gonna call it early then. It's gonna be a Blue 4 victory. Here's the statistics here. FNF has a mod where every vest, regardless of its armor value, is scripted to be the same value here. However, that is only if they have a vest. I'm not seeing any vests on Green 4. I'm not
that's my issue.
I'm seeing chest rigs. I'm not seeing vests.
So I might.
There's no body armor on green 4
Oh, nobody took the slot.
at all.
Damn it.
It looks like we're doing this.
Now this is Lord's first mission, so I'm not sure if he's aware of this, but yeah, I'm only seeing chest rigs.
I feel that they're going to put their armored assets for Overwatch. So
I have never seen an operation where when it's body armor versus no body armor, the no body armor side usually gets steamrolled pretty hard. Because with body armor, especially with similar calibers, actually even the last one I did with Barb was actually a few weeks ago, where Green 4 had 7.62 based weaponry and no body armor, and Blue 4 had vests and 5.56. So Green 4 had a caliber advantage, but Blue 4 had a body armor advantage, and Blue 4 still steamrolled the shit out of them. So this is literally an even caliber 5.56 versus 5.45, but Blue 4 has body armor. So I'm not sure if Blue 4's realized this advantage yet. They also have some transport MRAPs here, some 113s, and a 1117. That GL is rescripted, though, to be a 7.62 gun instead. And then they also have a Little Bird here with a single M134, which normally isn't a threat, but because Green 4 doesn't have body armor, that could actually be pretty significant. You sure, Tarnfolk?
Check.
I mean, Tarnfolk, he is one of the guys that does make missions, so I trust his judgment, but usually, like, I've seen it time and time again. All right, so we got a mission dev for FNF claiming that they still will have body armor. We'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong, but Barb, if he's still here, can attest. When we see people with chest rigs versus people with actual plate carriers, it seems like the guys with the chest rigs don't have anything. But all right, then I will rescind my claim right there. I will then still say it's pretty even here. Anyone can win, but Blue 4 definitely has a little bit of an asset advantage here, but Op 4 has a lot of weaponry here to counter those vehicle assets, because they definitely have a terrain advantage in defending. The only two vehicles that Blue 4 has that are amphibious are those 113s, but they're going to be very slow in the water.
Like, I'm not even looking at it.
But there is a lot of opportunity here for Blue 4 to do a lot of assault vectors on Green 4's territory here. And I think there is just a little bit of too much territory for Green 4 to effectively cover. But I could see them putting like a squad up here, a squad over there, and just trying their best to, you know, cover everything and just be reactionary instead, because of the size of this AO. Now, looking at these actual cache sites, though, we got one cache literally on the top part of this, not the like top, but, you know, the top floor of the office complex, hidden away behind a door. So that's a pretty good AO in itself, especially with all these buildings as enterable. That actually leaves a lot of room in this building, for example, for that cache to be in. So Blue 4 is going to have to spend a hot second searching around. Furthermore, that office building is not destroyable. Looking at the southern cache, buildings are a little smaller. It's a residential areas, and there's a little more open area here for Green 4 to have to defend, but they could fortify around it because it's all within Green 4's territory. But I could definitely see like a squad defense, and then some Overwatch elements, and then a reactionary force based off of those two UAZ Dishkas. And then the helicopter's sole job would be to find the little birds and try to stop them. So Shepard's going to have a really tough job here, especially contesting with that AH-6 with that 134. So we'll just have to see how things go. So how does balance work for these missions? Barbarian replying with a yes. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Just yes, it works. that's all we need. Another Collins? What, in chat? Yes, you're right. There is another Collins. I know there's a Collins in TF121 as well. That's why I was asking. But they usually just play in NA because they are an NA community.
Pierce, can you come to me, please? Your X-ray is. I want an X-ray to be primarily at the beginning in Overwatch.
Okay, but if they fucking rush this, we are dead.
Actually, no, probably not.
You don't think you will
If
be.
Vault uses their assets like they should,
Hello.
you should be able to win.
Stanners, do you mind if Scandi takes a truck?
Yes, Candy can take a truck.
Okay, so one thing
So Sanders, who is green for command, he wants X-Ray to be some sort of Overwatch element. X-Ray voiced a concern that if they rush, they're going to get killed off, though. So I don't know where they're going to Overwatch specifically. This is a very small AO, mind you. But we'll have to see how things go. Falcon Labs, thanks so much for the 11-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a kick out of this one.
I'm gonna get a headshot now you said that.
And Nim, how are you doing? Honestly, if what Tarn folks said is correct, then it probably is going to be too much of a shit show, but it should be interesting.
I'll take it from behind.
Hey, Natty, my man. Thank you so much for... Why am I blanking? The 5-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, dude, and I do hope you get a kick out of this. It was a tier 3 sub as well. Hope you stay safe on COVID, though I hear Australia is doing really well on that factor compared to a place like the United States, so we'll just have to see.
Blue.
15th MEU does have a presence in FNF, though I will admit I don't see too many of them around anymore. They were here really often, I want to say over... Ever since the new year, I've seen them less and less here, but I've seen them make a big appearance once or twice, but they used to encompass a lot more of the player base. Similar to FK, they'll sometimes bring a group. I'm actually going to look up in the TeamSpeak here.
Alright.
Like, we don't see any House Aiden guys anymore. For FK, we only see Olaf come around. And I don't see a lot of Arma Serbia either. I don't see Severe around that much anymore. Which is a shame. I really like that guy.
Yeah. Hotel actual.
Australia's basically 1 person per square mile.
Sure.
That's a funny way of putting it.
Hotel is Hotel Actual, Hotel 1's Hotel 1, and Hotel 2's Hotel 2.
What platoon lead above Scandia Recon is, we can go ahead and check. They are 1st platoon, which means they're under Pierce and Navy. But let's actually look at the roster here. Let me give some shout-outs to players I know are really good. So Dusty's, we see him command a lot. He's a good player on his own. Dreams, Swola, Fred, definitely names to watch here. Dingo, one of the staff members, of course. Wheaton, also a really good player from 1ER. Indigo, again, a staff member. Pad, Joseph, Kami, really good players as well. Any 1ER guy, usually going to be above the breast in that sense as well, especially after what we saw on the Super Saturday a few weeks ago. Novix is a great player. Guy Fieri started rough on his debut, but has actually turned out to be a really good player. 700 Cadian, operating under the 228th or Myrmidon Legion. Your standard players. We do see them sometimes, especially with last week's, no, it wasn't last week's, it was a few weeks ago. They can do really well, they just really need to play the fucking objective. Because they could have won a round, but instead went for kills instead. But it's just, you know, one of those heat of the moment things. T5 Bay, my 2nd favorite player in all of FNF. Sholin, another really good player, same with Gastel. You got your members of TSB, who I, of course, am biased to, because why not? G-Leg's also really good. Olaf, the one guy that always shows up from FK. We'll see if he'll be able to make a play. Flux and Arma Jesus. Arma Jesus has actually turned out to be one of the really good players in FNF, usually coming out with at least 6 kills per round. So it's really interesting to see where, like, you know, just how he's kind of shown up and taken charge of everything. But I'm really curious to see what he does. Harry Ord, 2600, Tackleberry, and I mean, again, it's a good mix of players here. Good mix of vets and guys that I don't necessarily recognize. Standers, another really good veteran player who is also a really good commander. Dusty, Firefly, a good combo. Pierce, really good. Your Scandi Recon crowd, as always, they're the best rated squad within FNF. And I say that because they're the group that a lot of groups openly admit they would not want to fight against. They themselves, out of like the 20 to 30 groups that can show up weekly to FNF, Scandi Recon accommodate, what's the right word? They're responsible for about 11% of the kills yearly in FNF, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're supposed to divide 100 by like 20 to 30, and the average is, 5 or less, 11% is literally more than double that. So that's a group you don't really want to fuck with there. Nem, my favorite, top player. Give him a machine gun and he will make hell over high water. Iander with the Mat Team weapon, though, is going to probably win it for Green 4 if Blue 4 is not careful. Iander, honestly, the best AT guy I know. Has made some really amazing AT shots here. They could potentially have a range in from Blue 4 as they come up, and if Iander's able to knock out some of Blue 4's vehicles early, especially the 117, I could easily see the balance of power shifting into Green 4's favor. Otherwise, I'm seeing some newer names here. That's really good. Lamau. This is that guy that's also partnered on Twitch that sometimes drops into my stream. So it looks like he's joined in on FNF, and this is probably all of his posse here. Nice. Always nice to see when FNF grows into more groups, because, like OFCRA, FNF is like a multi-community thing. So, that's not the proper term for it. It's more of a multi, I want to say lingual, but just communities from not just the States or the or Europe. We got some Czech communities in there, you got some Scandi communities in there. Yeah, so they're a Czech group. Exactly, that's what it was. Multinational, that's it. Thank you, Barb. Lord Dust, who made this mission, is also here. Rek, Koak, 2 really good players. Gorski, also a really good player. Bay Potato, Aim at the Stars, even though his name is Aim at the Balls. That's the joke. Really good as well. Buckets, Warlords, Rolo, yeah, all of these guys are good players. And then you got your 4IB, who are, I'm not gonna lie, they can either do really, really well, or they can completely drop the ball sometimes. But that's everyone, so. T5 Bay, no! T5 Bay, my second favorite pick. Hope he can make it back in the stream in time. Alrighty, I'm just gonna keep sipping my Stoli Doli here, though. But, Barry, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime Gaming sub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this. Someone asking if I'm doing mead. Nope, it's Stoli Doli today. You take a cheap vodka, 2 or 3 liters for $30 worth, and you fill it in a jar with sliced pineapple. You let it stew for 5 days, and then you serve. But otherwise, mission has started, which means T5 Bay's probably not going to get back in. What a shame. X-Ray being sent in to do some very danger close recon, though, as the helicopters are being sent in as well. It is one team of 5, with another one being a bait one, and then an arm chopper here. Green 4 doing an all eggs in one basket approach, holding the northern group. I guess that's smart, but this could also let Blue 4 get a foothold in here, as Blue 4 is now deploying some troops right here to potentially do recon. They are just dropping 2, a marksman pair, Swola being the Mark 11 gunner there for X-Ray. These guys might not hear that chopper, though, because the BTR they're pushing up might be distracting here. And you got the vehicle crews also charging in. I don't think Scandi Recon's going to have a range on that engagement. And you got X-Ray slowly driving up the hill here. If anything, they're probably going to want to park that car right there and continue on foot, because they might get rushed if they are not careful. So Blue 4 is literally just going to steamroll this. I'm really wondering if Blue 4 is going to go down and try to take that side thing. And you also have the unarmed MI8 playing chicken with a Little Bird, which does have people on it. So just as a reminder, guys, you're not allowed to do any vehicle ramming, but the that MI8 could definitely play chicken with it if it really wanted to. So Green 4 is just trying to set up a bottleneck at these choke points here, but Blue 4 might be able to get their maneuvering in before that happens. There's no contact yet. I'm going to tab out real quick and mute myself because I have a feeling we're going to see a casualty any second now. AT coming in. So that was an AT shot by Ander. It was just high. Another rocket coming in. Gets a hit on some dismounted trucks. Another AT shot coming in. And that one is also short. Eander needs to be careful, though. He doesn't want to dispense all of his AT just yet. But you are seeing vehicles lining up to try to take out infantry over here. And again, Eander is doing his best to try to snipe this 117 out early, because that is Blue 4's biggest advantage. The mobility of a wheeled vehicle with both a 50 cal and a rescripted 7.62 will be an infantry killer. But now you got Scandi Recon trying to engage at range, but so far I do not see any casualties on either side. Furthermore, you got some Blue 4 members trying to fire at the MI8, which is just trying to draw fire. And where is that armed Little Bird? I have no idea. Is it grounded back here? Nope, that's another transport. So I believe the armed Little Bird, it's either farther back there. Yep, it's back there. So hopefully it'll find and try to eliminate that MI8. And we do have the marksman pair for Blue 4. Could potentially come up and snipe a few members of Green 4 right here. And initiate the first few casualties. But another Little Bird dropping off a few additional guys right here. And you also have X-Ray being engaged. A little bit of enfilading fire being delivered. From two different vectors as Blue 4 is beginning their cross. Ooh, one of the Green 4 members, Firefly, gets knocked out. Could potentially wake back up, though. I am still not seeing any skulls on either side. There's the member of X-Ray waking back up. He's trying to crawl away. But the ranges here, you got to consider, the only magnified optics are part of the members of X-Ray, specifically the marksman. Each one gets like a medium range scope. Everything else is just a single magnified optic. So at these ranges, it's going to be very difficult to get kills, but not impossible. And you got the 113s moving up to support, and they are also shielded. So the gunner is very unlikely to get a headshot, or excuse me, get headshotted at this range. Something I do want to look back at Green 4's spawn position real quick, though, is how have they deployed those statics? It looks like they were taken. I don't see them in the roster, not the roster, but, you know, the line military parade right there. But I have no idea where they were brought to. So, as a reminder, guys, these are 50-minute rounds, 5-0 with a 15-minute safe start. So, we've only just gotten through 5 minutes worth of this. And there's just a long-range engagement right here. It's unlikely that we're going to see a time issue because Green 4 is doing an all eggs in one basket approach. They're foregoing the southern objective in an attempt to try to hold Blue 4 in this kill valley here. But Blue 4 has a lot of assets and abilities to reposition their forces here. We have a helicopter battle going on back here. The unarmed MI8 appears to be trying to duke it out with a transport helicopter. Yeah, so I think they're trying to follow suit for the armed Little Bird to come in. There's the 134 striking. That MI8 is being exceptionally maneuverable. G-Leg's trying to get behind it, but the MI8 does have the more powerful engine. It could outrun that Little Bird. Technically, air-on-air ramming counts the same as intentionally running over each other in vehicles, so all Shepard's trying to do right now is avoid the gunfire and try to make him waste all of his ammo on the MI8. So what that MI8 needs to do is wait till it has a really good angle on the MI8 here, but the MI8 should also be flying over Blue 4 positions to make the Little Bird strafe its own units. I think that's exactly what he's going to try to do right now. That was the MI8 taking a hit. Look at this insanity. Oh. That just happened. I don't know if he was trying to attempt an emergency landing or whatnot, but he just, he bounced. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? So were those our first KIAs? It looks like it. Nope. Nemesis got picked off. Of course Nemesis got picked off. I don't know how he got picked off, but he did. And we have another guy, Bert, who was part of the BTR crew, is dead over here. Shepard, the pilot's dead. How did they lose the BTR already? Did they roll it down and it killed somebody? Because the Little Bird was busy with... I don't even want to know. Ender, double tapping the co-pilot there, and Green 4 is pulled back to set up a defensive perimeter around the northern objective as Gorski, who's the driver, is just chilling right there. I don't understand. But it looks like Blue 4 is doing a pincer maneuver, sending half their force down south, half their force up north. So I think Green 4, by sending X-Ray on the rear of Blue 4 here, is going to try to deal with the northern pincer and whittle them down, and hopefully Green 4 have enough numbers then to deal with the second half of the Blue 4 force to come in. But we are seeing some elements of Foxtrot here remounting in a helicopter, probably to reposition potentially down south to take that objective, so Blue 4 can send its entire force to take this one position. So far, no KIAs for Blue 4 yet, and Op 4 has maintained a handful and lost their only air asset, which was to be expected because Blue 4 had the only armed air asset, but now we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Nemesis being down could change the tide in Blue 4's favor to be more guaranteed, but Green 4 still has 3 statics to work with, a BTR that I don't know the status of. Looks like the driver is getting it working again. Appears to be a little wobbly there. And we do have some outbound perimeter defenses, and X-Ray still coming around on the side, so I don't know, but Blue 4 has a lot of time to work with here for the 50-minute round. And they can afford to be cautious and get all their vehicles across the waterway here and use them as support or recon elements. Yes, I'm drinking. Alright, so we got Blue 4, Alpha 2, 1ER guys leading the Blue 4 maneuver here. I think they're going to get up here and start doing some Overwatch. Got some good rock cover to work with here as well. And we have some other Blue 4 guys shooting a few targets up here. They are, I don't know if they're firing at 1ER guys or they're just seeing ghosts. I will say, though, if this is Lord's first mission for development, I think he's done a really good job if and only if it is confirmed that Green 4 has armor in those chest rigs. If they don't have armor, then nah, this is gonna get messy, but if they do have armor, then it should be fine. There's a lot of room for Green 4 to either do an all eggs in one basket or do a double holdout. But with Blue 4 kind of flying over this area, they're gonna realize that that position is mute. And you're gonna see this large force start to maneuver in right here. So I'm really curious what X-Ray is going to do. They are on the rear here, but Blue 4 is doing a really good job maneuvering. This might just be an instance where X-Ray either is going to be able to get a few snipes on some vehicle crewmen, or they're just going to be out of position for most of the game if Blue 4 keeps up this really good momentum. Because now you're starting to see Blue 4 make this massive unified battle line here, and if they can shift the top of this to here and the bottom of it to here, you could see a really good concave going on that Green 4 position. What I'll be curious about, though, is if Blue 4 remounts their forces that are on air assault here and try to deploy it in the low grounds to the straight south. Like back here. And then they could get another vector of forces in and just overwhelm this internal garrison. What are the Vics in play? Blue 4 has two 113s that are armed, a triple 17, two unarmed MRAPs, which are really good for any, what's the proper term? Thunder run, which means they just charge into fire, you know, and hope they don't get killed. One armed AH-6 with a 134 7.62 minigun, and two MH-6 Little Bird transports that can carry 3, 6, 7, 8 people each, as long as they don't have co-pilots. No, this is not a meme op. This is, these people take them seriously. It's a PvP op. Alright, we're gonna approach the 30-minute mark in a hot second. Blue 4 kind of stagnant on their maneuvering. This is gonna allow Green 4's X-Ray team to potentially get a few licks in from the rear and potentially disorient Blue 4, but Blue 4 appears to have found the cache, and they have a machine gunner mag dumping it. The issue with this stagnation, though, for Green 4's sake, is that it's going to allow Blue 4 to regroup their forces and attack with their full strength, which is going to give them a numbers advantage. And we've got a mix of vets on both sides, so it could still swing either way in the PvP. Though we just had some Green 4 guys open up on targets up here. I don't know if they are seeing ghosts or if they actually found someone. But I don't see any skulls yet on the Blue 4 side, so I think it's just a guess. That is another good point to, that Collins brings up. Scandi Recon, who was part of the Charlie 2 MAT Team Weapon Squad, used 3 of their rockets in the opening of Blue 4, and none of them were able to score any good hits. So they're down to only, I think, 3 or 2 rockets remaining, as long as they have an assistant. Which could still be used to stop thunder runs, but they gotta be a little concerned about that ammo usage. Because the squad-based AT for both sides is only a disposable AT stick. Such as that RPG-26 right there. And for Blue 4, I believe it's gonna be the M72A Law. If I can find the damn thing. Seeing some more fire going up on that hill, but again, I think that's a false positive on Green 4. And the X-Ray team for Green 4 has decided to stay right here, instead getting some recon data on the Blue 4 forces moving up, but they're not in a good engagement range. I think they should still keep moving. So you do hear Blue 4 Vix driving around. But now it's just all about the clock. All right, that cache is destroyed. Sounds like there's a helicopter landing to pick up this group, and we'll see where they redeploy, but that's why Blue 4 is being stagnant right now. They're going to get their full force and hit this. And we also have a team of people being deployed. This is Blue 4 X-Ray. So their marksman rifle, they're going to put on the northern side and potentially try to outflank Green 4 elements from the north. That is a very good call by Blue 4 Command right there. Who is commanding again? Dusty's. Good call by him. He is in the back line of Blue 4 forces as they start to encircle this position. All right, chat, what do you think? Do you think Green 4 is going to be able to hold their last cache position? Because they're going to have to hold for another 30 minutes. I suspect Blue 4 is going to take another 5 to 10 minutes to maneuver all the forces they want into these proper positions. I would expect this Blue 4 group to probably come into the low ground on the south and just, you know, help with the encirclement. But one potential fear here is that Blue 4 might be spreading themselves a touch too thin, but based on the fact there hasn't been a single Blue 4 casualty yet, but Green 4 has suffered a handful, 4 to be specific, I don't think Blue 4 has too much to worry about, especially since Blue 4 has a 117, has 2 113s that are up armored, so if they keep them at range and keep a good escape route in case they hear an AT launch from Iander or any of the squad-based RPG 26s, I really don't think that we're going to see any issues here.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
We're hearing a long-range M134 barrage from the armed Little Bird. At that range, it's very unlikely to do any damage to anyone. We do have Gorski that's also pushed the BTR back. I don't know, just being encircled like this, that BTR runs a very great big risk here. We also have a flare round going down. Green 4 still has 3 cords. We saw one of them deployed on the top of this office structure. I have no idea where the other 2 are, though. So I'm going to check for any other mounted symbols. I only see one, though, by Lord Dust. Green 4's done their best to dig some fortifications here, but... Or, excuse me, create some. But even with, like, 50 guys or so remaining, they do... Like, they've got a good 360 here, but it's very, very thin. And you got X-Ray now trying to close the gap. But Blue 4 appears to be sending their forces in. Alright, so now we're starting to see some long-range shots on Blue 4 forces starting to encroach on the high areas. And that appears to be, yep, the UAZ Dishkas that are also in the AOs. You also have a lot of shots coming up to where X-Ray is. And we still have the 5 of them spread out around here. Cheese doing his best to take cover back behind the tree because he got hit a few times in the legs. But Green 4 is doing their best to hold here. A lot of fire going out to encroaching Blue 4 forces here, but you see this unified battle line starting. Foxtrot was actually deployed a little farther back on this hill. And I mean, just look at this battle line that's going to come in on Green 4. You've got a Green 4 X-Ray guy who's stolen an MRAP and is driving it up their line. That might be an interesting play. I have no idea what he's going to do with it, though, because he's not allowed to run people over or ram vehicles with it. But Blue 4, I mean, just have a really good formation here. It's going to be tough for Green 4 to beat it. But if they can find a weakness in this formation and start taking out a lot of guys and making holes within it, and lessen the amount of targets that'll fire down on him, that should be good. AT raining in. That is a Moz round, and that has taken out the BTR-70. Gorski is dead. That was by Charlie 2 Blue 4. Who was Novix, another really good AT player. His battle buddy, Guy Fieri, was down. He is being worked on, though, by Kane, another really good player. Novix firing another AT round to make sure that that BTR is smoking and Green 4 cannot use it anymore. Great shot by Novix there. Hold on. X-Ray's driven up the M-Rat next to the 1117, but I don't think Dusty has any AT to deal with it. That's pretty fucking funny. See, now if he had AT, he could just like get out and boop it, get back in and drive off, but Matt teams do not get HE rounds now. He's pulling up next to it. Hey, he's staring at him like, hey, how you guys doing? What's up? And Blue 4's none the wiser because it's a friendly M-Rat. Is Paladin gonna run up to it? No, he's just crossing the street. My tracer script bugged for a second. They're not blind, they think it's a friendly Vic, because it's one of their own Vics. So yeah, X-Ray's starting to come up here. Blue 4 closing the gap, but we do have the northernmost side a little exposed right here, hugging a rock. Green 4, though, we just saw one guy get knocked out. What are the casualty listings? I still don't see a single fucking skull on Blue 4. Green 4, though, I'm starting to see a few more fresh skulls. The gunner literally just turned and looked at the M-Rap and then looked back. Jesus Christ. See, but we can't fault Olaf, Paladin, all the Blue 4 guys around because they're too busy in the moment. They haven't realized that X-Ray's done this. And Dusty's still just staying on parallel with the fucking... It's funny. It's not gonna do anything, but it's pretty funny. I can't believe that. Welcome to Arma 3 PvP, where stupid shit happens all the time like this. I'm waiting to see what Dusty does. Like, is his plan literally just to, like, drive up here and be next to a Vic as it slaughters his friends? Like... He's back... Yeah, he's not allowed to run people over with it. We just heard some sort of distant explosion. And we have a 113 that just did a super thunder run and just hippity-hoppitied around. And we have a smoke plume over here. That was probably one of the armed UAZs. So, Green 4 is down to just one UAZ here, but they are using the BTR still, even though it's smoking. X-Ray, though, in the rear here, we could see some kills get delivered. And we just heard the Moz round come in again to potentially hit that Vic. X-Ray still in that M-Rap. If Nazi looks right and he times his shots, he could get a lot of kills right here. But instead, he's going to focus on that farther group. He's got to go for headshots. Firefly's also setting up. See, if Dusty was smart, he would drive up behind this M-Rap, take out the gunner, get back in the M-Rap, and drive off, and no one would be none the wiser. I don't think he knows that it's there, though. But X-Ray isn't an opportunity to help shift the tide here. Because Blue 4, look, he's got a 113 driving around, just popping a shit ton of smoke, and it's followed by the Mountain with a Little Bird here. And they're just trying to run some disorientation, some confusion within Green 4's line here. That's Malin solo driving this. Just to, I guess, smoke the Green 4's attack lines here so they can't see up on the hills to allow Blue 4 to advance. So a lot of crazy plays being done. Now you've got Dusty driving up. He might spot that 113 and potentially take it out. And you have X-Ray now doing its best to fire on Blue 4 members. We have multiple Blue 4 down. That is Nuzzy, more than likely, hitting them from the rear. He's on 4 kills right now. Firefly's on no kills. Knocks out Morty's there, though. And this is what I was talking about. 2 guys can easily take out a lot of dudes, but Stark is starting to catch on to it. He's coming up. Looks like Blue 4. No, that is hostile fire coming up. Dusty's just... Oh, here we go. Gets the headshot on the gunner for that 113, and now he's going to get back in that Vic. Now he's going to drive off. And Lolo's like, hey, wait a second. Get back here, you little bitch. All right, so X-Ray now holding out here. Morphe's about to get some revenge, though. Doesn't manage to get the headshot, though. Does so on Nuzzy as he trades. Flux now running up, trying to get the kill on Firefly. But look at all of the bodies those 2 guys were able to get. Will that be enough, though, to save Green 4 from this issue here? They still haven't not managed to get an AT round on Malin as he is still smoking out the region, causing a lot of distortion. We still have X-Ray back here. Dusty got the kill. I think Olaf has been told that that Vic is hostile. He's now looking around for it. But he's going to turn away to go do a hunter-killer duty on that stolen MRAP. Good plays by X-Ray, sure, but will it be enough for Green 4 to hold? Blue 4 moving a team in. This is Alpha 1. So Fire Team 1 for Blue 4 coming in. Infidel not realizing he is about to be flanked. Gets a shot on his hand. More grenades going out. But this is Alpha 1 versus Scandi Recon. This is going to be a very tough fight. Because we got Eander in the street. Flying Finn also turning over. Lamppost getting in the way of that grenade, but still did some damage on Eander. He is now pulling away. And you got that 113 also driving in. Still running this distractionary effort as Blue 4 is starting to close the noose here. Infidel coming up. He gets taken out by Kami Slaughter. Him, Paz, and Joseph had a 3-1 on Infidel there, and unfortunately he was taken out. You have Dusty just back here waiting to make his next move, as we still have the 113 by Malin driving around there, just causing all sorts of... He's really just obscuring the sight lines of Green 4 so they can't fire up on the hills with that smoke pillow, and it's a tactic I only really see done in FNF, but it's done really effectively. Now you have both of the little... It's Lolo and Malin doing this tactic. And Green 4 just doesn't know how to counter it. Blue 4 117 driving down. It's being supported by a few guys right here. We do have some Green 4 guys in the vicinity, though. I don't think either of them have AT, though. I don't see any on 10 Patrick either, so they're not going to be able to deal with that 117. But yeah, they're resorting to firing their guns at these 113s. That's just going to bounce off the armor. And Blue 4 licking their wounds up here. Yander and Finn have rallied. Nafs, though, gets a pickoff kill on the guy that was furthest to the left. That would have been Pads, who is now down. Naf's a really strong PvPer because he plays in the King to the Hill crowd a lot. So McGowan trying to get a shot on Malin here, misses that AT, and you still have the smoke generator going for the 113s. And honestly, that has allowed Blue 4 to just move a lot of manpower down into this AO. Now you got Lolo face to face with a Green 4 dude. He turns in after seeing it's probably that's an Op 4 guy. Are they gonna ram each other? Dusty's just telling him to check it. He's trying to stop Lolo from doing the smoke generator stuff. Hold on, I have to hear this.
I've just killed your gunner, he said.
He did kill me.
So Dusty just is taunting Lolo saying, I just killed your gunner.
Having a conversation.
They're having a conversation. Yeah, so people that are dead are also speaking. They're literally talking to each other.
I think you did pretty good as an extra.
I'm outraged right now.
They're just talking to each other.
How the fuck he didn't? No, he did die.
Oh my god. So yeah, again, when people die, they get moved to the same spectator channel. I just wanted to know what they were talking to. They were speaking to each other there. Explosive trap going off, almost blowing up this building, showing a little bit of damage, but not too much. They were trying to get some kills off of this group. Dusty's now coming out. Lolo getting out. Not seeing where Dusty's went. He's now trying to run back in. Dusty quickly trying to get the headshot. He is a hair off, though. Thanks for the 21-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a kick out of this. Major Khan getting a few shots from Dusty there. Lolo's still alive. It's just he got into a Vic with a dead guy in it, so it doesn't always show his symbol. Another grenade going off. That's going to land right in front of Miles and Cheeseburger, knocking them both out. And Dusty's is going to try to be a one-man army here to try to save Green 4 from being attacked from this flank. Gets STS killed. Lucid's catching on, though, to those gunshots. Dusty moving in. Spots Lucid there as Lucid goes prone. Gets knocked out, though. Major Khan now flanking from the building and takes Dusty out. But Dusty was able to get a good few licks in. 3 kills is not a bad number for slowing down this flank. But looking at the numbers here, Blue 4's kind of segregated into 2 groups here. Not even, just one strong group to the southeast of Green 4, and then some stragglers on the north and southwestern side. This could be enough because of X-Ray's actions, taking out literally about 10 guys. Let's actually do a head count real quick. Nuzzy on 6 kills, Dusty on 3 kills, Firefly on 1 kill. So yeah, 10 kills between the 3 of them might have just been enough to let Green 4 get the W for this round. Don't get me wrong, it can still go either way, but Green 4's chances are looking a lot better now than they were earlier. "15 minutes remaining for this round. I'm impressed. Guy Fieri, Flux, Dingo, Kai, and Novix being dropped off on the shore by an MH6. To reinforce the southern push. The one big fear, though, is the 1117. Because if Green 4 doesn't have any AT left to deal with it, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Now, that 14.5mm on the BTR could still take care of it, but this could go either way. Blue 4 really needs to rally and push in. They got 15 minutes to do it, and Green 4 just has to keep doing what they're doing. We got King here, contesting with Azariah. Azariah finds him first, though, and Azariah is able to take him out. Double tap him, Az. You know better. All right. King is a really good player. We saw him, especially on the Super Saturday with Arma Jesus, rack up about a dozen kills, maybe a few extra. So Azariah taking him out early on was a really good call there. Now you got Nordy breaching in on Green 4. But getting knocked out and actually launched off of the balcony by Blade. So Blade can still do harassment here. as we're having grenades being thrown over and more Blue 4 breaching into this building. I assume Blade is hurting here because of that breach. Yeah, his legs are down. He's going to take a seat. And he is waiting for more Blue 4 to come up and breach his position. Novik's coming up, though. He's a very good player. Oh, but Blade picked the worst possible time to throw a grenade. Otherwise, he would have had Novix, because Novix went into that room looking at the other direction. Scandia Recon rallying on the western side here. Green 4, their numbers are looking light, but compared to Blue 4, there's a lot more skulls down now because of the actions of X-Ray. And it's looking pretty even here. So Blue 4 now has control of the southeastern district here. And they're going to start moving up. But the 113 is starting to breach forward as Lolo is running distraction by blocking up the bunker. And Dryden doesn't notice from that gunner seat that the 113 has just come around. AT coming in for Green 4, but is a miss. And now you have the 14.5mm trying to pierce into this vehicle. Vehicle is trying to snipe out some members of Scandia Recon here. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, that, Iander, I don't know what you were thinking there, buddy, but that went as well as you would expect it. 7.62 against an armored vehicle versus the 50 cal of an armored vehicle on an infantryman. Yeah, that, ouch. Big ouch. Now you got that 50 cal puncturing into the gunner seat where Dryden was. He has been knocked out. And some more fire coming in. And Dryden is dead as the bullets come in and wrap him. Oh, gosh. There's his legs. That hurts. Blue 4 with the vehicle advantage. I don't know where the rest of Green 4's AT is. I still have seen rounds, though, where the attacking faction with vehicles still doesn't win, because if the defending faction is able to still whittle down the Blue 4 infantry coming in, they could still clutch this. MS up here. Mr. Partnered on Twitch, doing his best. He's on a kill himself. On a rooftop trying to pick off more dudes. Broken trading with Guy Fieri in the elevator shaft, and then gets his legs blown out by Novix. What a cheeky little position to put a PKM gunner. I like it. But now you got McGowan trying to flank. You got a few shots into this group, but no kills. And Blue 4 is slowly starting to encroach, but we are about to be at the 10-minute mark. X-Ray for Blue 4 still pushing up the flank. Green 4 using all of these buildings to the best of their ability, though. But actually, Blue 4, I think, is starting to lose that numbers advantage. Looking at Green 4, we got a good mix of skulls, sure, but Blue 4, I'm seeing more skulls on everything. Considering that, you know, a lot of their guys are also still in vehicle assets, I think Green 4 has been able to wrestle the number advantage out of Blue 4 here. And we just had some sort of explosive charge go off and blow up Vix. I don't know what the fuck that was about. We got more Blue 4 guys dead in the square here. And Green 4 might be able to hold, but I just saw Green 4 get picked off. One of their guys by that 50 cal. Just looking at the triangle comparison here, there is definitely more Green 4 than Blue 4 here. So when it came down to the fights in the CQC areas, Green 4 X-Ray did a trade 3 for 10. Harassment on the 1117, picked off a 50 cal gunner. And Blue 4 is just stagnant at this point. Green 4 is just fighting a really good guerrilla war with all these big buildings. Are the commanders for both sides still alive? Dust Eyes is still alive for Blue 4 command. And Standards is still alive for Green 4 command, holding at the actual cache site. 8 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Blue 4 has all the vehicle assets, but I don't see it. I honestly don't see Blue 4 bouncing back here with the amount of time that's remaining. Just because of the sheer amount of Green 4 guys that are still up. Harrior trying to get some shots off of Rolo, Mass, and Bay Potato, but he is going to be pinned, and he is alone. And now you got Schalt over here, firing from a different building. It's just the sheer amount of garrisons that we have here, just being able to deliver so much enfilading fire. That's what's causing all the issues here. And I think Scandi Recon just managed to put an explosive on the 1117 and take it out. Olaf actually managing to kill Nafs there. Now you're gonna start having cook-off on that vehicle. Now you got Yanni breaching up as well. Guys, that is a square. Changed my mind. Olaf throwing some grenades around. He just low threw a frag on himself. Olaf, what are you doing? Silly goober. Stark trying to look over to see Olaf's feet. Yanni running in the bush. Olaf gets up. And then Yanni shoots him in the back. Ah, dear oh dear. Harry Ord, Major Khan, Arma Jesus, Cheese, and Morphe's trying to come up on a different flank for this cache, but I think it's over. And now that I'm tipsy, I'm debating ordering another fucking pizza. Gosh darn it. I don't know, guys. Just the amount of Blue 4 that are still up, we could still see a sandwich north to south, but I think Green 4 has enough forces here to hold along both flanks. Can't go wrong with pizza, damn right. Major Khan starting to breach into the large office complex here. You're sure an explosive trap go off, actually eliminating Dingo. He gets trapped under debris. He might not be able to make it out of there. And he just had a lot of bullets come up to this little bird. As Blue 4 attempts a landing, Mountain trading. Denaldo waking up. This is where the cache is, though. If they had AT, they could mag dump up there, but they don't have any good guns for it. Denal's going to be able to say he found the cache, though, and he might be able to steal that PKP and mag dump it. Oh, Denal, do not go for bandaging right now. No, 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 no. Grab that PKP and do a mag dump. Blue 4 might be able to clutch this. Pizza money. Ginger, I appreciate it. Oh, I'll order it between, fuck, 690 is not enough, though. A Pizza Hut stuffed crushed cheese. No, it's a Papa John's stuffed crushed cheese. It's like 12 bucks. More grenades going in. Denaldo's gonna grab the machine gun. Blue 4 might be able to clutch this. Because of a surprise. Of course Mountain does something like that. Mountain's the new Logan. Grenades being thrown. I can't believe this. Holton getting knocked out. And Green 4 doesn't have any good angles here. More pizza money. There we go. Thank you, Ginger. I'll give you a play-by-play in between the rounds for that pizza. Mountain throwing a grenade off. Warlords, though, on the lighthouse tower picking off his buddy. Why aren't they picking up this PKP and mag dumping the cash? Warlords in that window up there trying to line up a shot on Mountain. Trying to get some GL rounds on there. This is Blue 4's last chance, in my opinion. He's trying to use his fucking 9mm MP7, which I think is 9mm. It's either that or 45 ACP. He's getting shot at, though, from below as well as Warlord, and taken out. It's 5-7. Fair enough. So same round as P90. But I really don't get why they take the PKP and mag dump the cash. That would have been the smart thing to do. And they looked at it too, so they knew it was there. Ay, ay, ay. So Green Force sending more forces up to hold against another potential airborne attack. Excuse me, air assault attack. MP7 is 9mm? Alright. Explosive charge going off, trying to take out 113, but it was ineffective. Another little bird tried to come in, but the the pilot was shot out. Makey getting knocked out because the pilot tried another landing there and managed to ram the side of it. Stander's also down. Now you got the 14.5mm getting remounted off that BTR as they try to pick off the 113 gunner, because Blue 4 now knows that the cache is in here based off of what Mountain was able to get out from that LR. I think this is the end, though. We are at 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining. Honestly, I would say the MVPs for this mission were Green 4 X-Ray for getting those initial 10 kills, which slowed Blue 4's advance down, because without them, I don't think Green 4 would have been able to hold without those types of sacrifice plays. Ginger Gamer giving Tarnfolk a sub. Noise. I hope you all keep enjoying the operations. Tarnfolk, always great to see you in FNF. I will probably see you in the NA rounds, right? Otherwise, hope you keep enjoying the ops and stay safe from COVID, please. Who is that driving? That's fucking Lolo from TSB, just circling at this point. They're not going to be able to kill him. So here's the deal. When this round ends, I am going to go AFK for a second. Overtime! Overtime! Oh, well, fuck. They just smoked the vehicle. Lolo, you got to get out, buddy. I think Green 4 just had a blue-on-blue incident right there. He's just chilling in the back. Fucking overtime bullshit. Green 4's just shooting their own dudes. They're confused. They know that there's Blue 4 in the AM. Lolo's just gonna sit it out. What the actual fuck? Explosive charge going on the south, like... Lolo's just being a fucking rebel abusing the system here. Green 4's won this, okay? That's the easy way to call it. Lolo gets out and tries to pull a fast one on Koak, but Koak shows us that the PKP is nothing to pull a fast one on. And then he kills his teammate. And then Green 4 proceeds to eliminate each other. Oh my god. Alright, so here's the deal. I am going to play a few ads. Oh, god, that broke for a second. When they end, I will be back. We'll order the pizza, and we will talk about the next round, and I will reset the command. So thank you so much for watching this first round. We'll be back in just a few minutes for round 2, and I hope you stick around. What kind of pizza? We'll talk about it. I gotta wait till they switch the mission. I gotta pick my slot, and then I will go and, let's decide the toppings. No, I get to choose my fucking toppings. Thank you very much. Send in Goat Team 6 now. Alright. So I gotta organize all of this. You know, someone, one of my IRL friends that knows what I do for a living, the other day called me a professional streamer, and I could not have cringed harder over that fact. I do not consider myself a professional. I just consider myself a memer. Anyway, back in a few minutes. We still have 10 seconds on that. Alright, let's go ahead and start switching our commands here. So this is going to be Malden 2035, a sector fight. Let's go ahead and put the multi in a tab. I gotta clean that up. Alright, map command is updated. I'm going to start writing out the mission command here. Blue 4 is attacking Op 4 sector sites. What does Blue 4 have? Blue 4 has a 20% numbers advantage. and 2 UH-60s. While Op 4 has 2 BTR-80s. For their mat team. Alright, checking the multi here. No one's disconnected. Everyone is still going. Awesome. And someone named Duck is DMing me saying hello, which I say hi back to.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Rusky, thank you so much for the 13-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a kick out of this Friday Night Fight stream, and I thank you again, and hope you stay safe on COVID, man. Definitely. Duck's one of your guys, Lord? Right on, man. Hey, righto, Lord. We'll see where that mission goes. But otherwise, now let's order a pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, disclaimer: I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just going to open a tab and we'll see what happens. And Royal Germany is continuing their gift sub from Valet. Thank you so much, Royal Germany. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you are getting a kick out of this Friday Night Fight stream, and I hope you are staying safe among COVID as well. So, here's the deal. Within my area, there are normally 3 different places to get pizza. Domino's, well, actually 4. Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, and Manhattan. We can't do Pizza Hut, though, because it's now out of range, which is dumb, because for years they've been within my delivery range, but now I'm not, because fuck me. And I really like their stuffed crust, but now I can't get it anymore. Domino's I love getting, but it always murders my stomach, so I don't get it anymore. Manhattan is hit or miss. I would say it's the best quality out of all of them, but again, hit or miss because sometimes they don't fully cook everything. So I go for Papa John's because I never have any stomach issues with it, and they have good stuffed crust. So we're going to do Papa John's. And they remember my fucking login on everything. And I gotta go look up a login code for that, so... Yeah, I know, Mod Addict. It's really weird. Like, how do I put it? Manhattan Pizza, they have really good, like, pepperoni rolls, but half the time they undercook them. And, like, the dough is raw in the middle, and it... I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of like the taste of it, but... I always get, like, salmonella poisoning after, and it's annoying. I'm gonna be honest, though, the best way to do things is just make your own. But I'm too drunk for that, and we have a job to do commentating these streams. So instead, we're gonna order it. And then I'll have to look up a promo code, but that's besides the point. So anyway, as I get all of this done, chat, tell me how you're doing today. How you're liking FNF. If there's any random op ideas you have, feel free to put them on the Discord, and we'll see how things go right now. Pizza Hut's experiencing retail suicide right now. I'm not surprised. You can get a heart-shaped pizza from Papa John's right now. Good God. I'm not gonna lie. I just do a standard stuffed crust pepperoni. You can't go wrong with that, right? And it is Friday, Yander. How are you doing? This is only your second stream, Derp? Yeah, I am by no means a professional streamer, as much as other people tell me I am. I'm just a casual dude that gets drunk and shows off Arma. I don't want to be professional. I just want to chill, you know? Just have fun with it. But I'll still, you know, make sure TSB is taken care of and we all have fun with various types of content. But this is just... some dude playing video games and showing you that, you know, some crazy game from 2013 that's literally 8 years old these days, can still be as fun as your Fortnites and your Apexes and your Call of Duties these days. Because I'm not a biggest fan of MOBAs or, you know, PUBG style games, even though the PvP arena-esque game that is PUBG and everything like it started off as an Arma 3 mod, but who cares about origin stories? Let me look up some, coupons here. By the way, if you ever get, like, directly order stuff from, food, like, on the internet, always look up a coupon code. You can always save a few bucks. Fortnite owns its existence, Arma 3. A lot of games out there these days either owe their existence to Arma 3 or Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3 started Dota, which was the staging point for all the MOBAs out there. And Arma 3 is the staging point of PUBG's Battlegrounds, which started as a mod for that game as well. So, you know. Shut up, Barbarian. I'm just trying to... Send in Go Team 6 now. Alright, this is only going to cost 25 bucks. Easy. Ginger Gaming giving Bren Bravado a sub as well. Thank you so much. I hope you keep enjoying the ops. Ginger, again, thank you for the pizza money as well. But I hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you're staying safe on COVID, and I hope you enjoy this stream. Send in Go Team 6 now. Alright, cool. And that's ordered, so we'll have that probably by round 3. But Redaction Time, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations as well. And I hope you get a kick out of this stream and stay safe on COVID. So let's see, this is going to be on Maladin. So let's switch it to tutorial. Just as a good casual son. Now I'm thinking what we'll do is, if I don't get absolutely wasted by NA, we'll cover MA, because of course we have to cover NA, because I didn't cover it last week, because I got wasted over having 100k subs for YouTube. Minimal achievement, hooray. But afterwards we'll probably do some mission development for Monday. I gotta put in the finishing touches on the Unsun file, and look into some testing stuff. I gotta set up a testing file for tomorrow for Monday's second operation, which will be the SCP up. Of course, that's only if I'm sober enough to deal with it, but we'll probably get there. Or we won't. I don't know yet. That's down the road. So, Maru... I'm worried about doing the Drink-a-lon style streams, because technically that's against Twitch's TOS, because apparently drinking is self-harm. But I might break that rule in a week or two. We might play Friday night fight drinking bingo or something, just to have fun with it, because I have a backup option with YouTube. And I'm sure, like, let's be honest, if I ever got banned off of Twitch, you'd all just join me on YouTube, right? Yes, no, maybe, tell me to go fuck myself, I don't care. But, you know, this is just meant to be a fun little channel. I don't want to be some big Twitch or YouTube channel. I just want to have fun, you know? This has all just been around having fun. No matter what they try to do to censor that. Have you heard that one fucking actor from Disney posted a tweet from Mandalorian, and then she got fired on the spot by Disney? I find that hilarious that they want, you know, big, strong female actors, and they get one, and then they fire her for having an opinion on something. The world is so fucked up these days. And I'm not gonna lie, the best you can do is just keep your head down and live your own life. And it sucks. But I don't know. That's just a shame. Well, you can't fuck with Disney unless you're China, in which case, yeah, go ahead and film by the interment cams for those for that one population, and look the other way. I'm not gonna lie, Bloodway and I have looked into a lot of ways of how to emigrate out of the United States into somewhere like Switzerland or New Zealand. I would happily give up my gun rights as an American to go live in another country where common sense is actually a fucking thing. Because don't get me wrong, you don't find common sense in Arma 3 a lot, but I'd expect there to be some common sense in the goddamn country I'm living in. And I hate to get political here, but it's...
Send in Goat Team 6.
It's a mess.
Now.
It is an utter fucking mess. And I hate living here. I hate living in the United States. Like, I'm appalled to be called an American because of all the shit that's happened over the past year. And the fact that we can't apparently respond to a virus properly, but whatever. C'est la vie. Let's get into round 2. Move to Canada. Yeah, that's another fucking option. God, I am getting a little too drunk here now that I'm getting political, but you know what? That's A-okay. Guys, I'm sure you'd support me regardless of what country I decided to chill in, but that is entirely dependent on where Bloodwing wants to go, because she's Greek, and she really values family, which is why I have to stay in this one area where I live, where everything's super fucking expensive, which is, you know, the source of my stress these days, because of that financial burden, because, you know, I'm not gonna try to be a professional YouTuber, Twitch streamer. I'm just gonna live my life where the fuck happens, and unfortunately that's not good enough to live in this area, but we make do. Mod, I'm not gonna move to China, don't worry, because I would end up in a camp quicker than you can say, me how Liru. That's besides the point. Alright, so, this is round 2 of Friday Night Fights. We're not going to talk about that Bloodwing's a spy, alright? That's, I honestly don't know. Alright, you know what, fuck it. We're going to spend the first 5 minutes talking about random shit. Alright, Bloodwing is, potentially a spy. I don't know. I don't want to ask questions, but, the first time I went to Greece with her, she literally, within seconds, introduced me to the Greek U.S. ambassador. And did it really casually, and the ambassador's like, oh, yeah, Bloodwing's told me a lot about you. I'm like, what the fuck? And then when I was leaving Greece, they were doing a political election. This was like 2 or 3 years ago. And Bloodwing's like, oh, yeah, you know, the guy we wanted to win Parliament won. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, so, you know, you're leaving early, but in a few days we're going to go party at his mansion. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you know all these people? Her dad works in the embassy. That's how she knows all these people. But still, you know, I just casually I meet all of these, like, powerful political people, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Who are you, woman? But no, I love her to death, don't get me wrong, but she fucking terrifies me. Greece is a good place. I would recommend it. I've been to Athens, the Panathlon. Oh God, I can't pronounce it. The Partholon, whatever, the ruin. It was really cool. But no, she literally like she showed me all these like other niche areas too that only locals know, and it was really fun. But a place like Greece, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Any place like that, you have to know a local, because if you don't, you're just gonna get stuck in the tourist trap. So if you have a local, you can get anywhere. So, you know, say lovey. Here, you know what? We have 2 minutes. I'll start talking in a second. I'm gonna call her right now. You know, just I want answers, okay? Hey, Boo. Are you a Greek agent? You're not? Even though you can, like, casually introduce... Hold on, give me 1 second. Here, just I'm putting you on speaker. So you're not a Greek agent that just casually introduces me to the ambassador of Greece, right? You just have connections. Okay. That's the difference. Okay, you just have connections, right? Yeah, of course. All right.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure.
Why?
I'm just curious, you know, I'm just...
Trying to prove a point to someone?
No, I'm not trying to prove any points. I'm just saying that, you know, it's a little conspicuous.
If I were a Greek agent, then why would I actively try to show you to the Greek ambassador?
Well, just to lull me in a false sense of security, obviously.
I see.
And then you also are getting a U.S. security clearance, so it just raises a lot of questions, Boo.
Well, I work for a defense contractor.
You do work for a defense contractor, so it does mean that you are really, like, nudging yourself in positions in the world to kind of, you know, gather a lot of information. And
Babe, I'm just gonna tell you something. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
oh, okay then. Jeez Louise.
Just don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. That's all I'll say.
Okay, Boo. Well, I'm glad we could have this conversation. Thank you for accepting my call.
I am too. Are you satisfied with?
Yes, I'm satisfied with the answer. I appreciate it. All right.
Love you.
Love you too, Boo. I will see you Sunday. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Guys, I'm fucking scared. I'm a dead man. I'm gonna get Jeffrey Epstein times 5. So pray for me. If I disappear, you know why. And yeah, let's talk about Friday Night Fights. So anyway, it's a 3-sector control. It's the funeral. This is why I love this woman, because she'll roll off of... What do you mean? Wait, why are you in the... I'm just gonna drink Stoli Dolly. Alcohol fixes everything. So there's Bloodwayne. Run. Okay, 9 minutes remaining on this round. Let's actually get into some PvP commentary here before I get Jeffrey Epstein. So, Blue 4 has a boat. And actually has 2 boats here. They also have 2 UH-60s. The boats are just purely meant for transport. That GMG there, the... God, it's not an AGS-30. It's a Mark 18. That's it. That's unscripted, so it doesn't fire GL rounds because FNF believes that autocannons and grenade machine guns are a little too overpowered. But they have transport to get up to this position and take it. And then here are 2 of OPFOR's BTR-80s, as well as the MAT team weapon that is crewed by Buckets. So, Blue 4 is just going to have to get into this AO and take 3 sectors. The first sector here is the fuel depot. The second sector is the actual southern airfield area, as well as 1 fuel drum. And then the third area is a little to the north where a T-95 Bear is. Bloodwayne, please don't Jeffrey Epstein me. Please, 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 please. Come on. Come on, I'm useful, I swear. I'm just an idiot, alright? I'm scared for my life. Okay. But I will state this for a reason. What other streamer goes from PvP commentary to having a possible spy of a GF to now ordering pizza and fearing for his life? I'm too drunk for this. Welcome to streaming school.
Now.
This is casual, I swear. This is just a normal Tuesday. Even though it's Friday, but you get my point. Rusty, thank you for the 5 gift subs. If you got a sub from him, make sure you thank him. Otherwise, I hope you all keep enjoying the streams as long as we have them. And I hope you get a kick out of this Friday Night Fights operation. Hey, at least Barbarian isn't here, and we aren't asking him if his sister's hot every 10 seconds, and then Bloodwing joins in, and instead of getting mad at me for asking that, also asks if Barbarian's sister is hot. That was a fun last week.
Send in Goat Team 6.
Otherwise, what do we have for Blue 4 here? It looks to be standard Marpat Woodland gear with 5.56 based weaponry against Op 4. I'm assuming is going to be Rusky based, which appears to be it, but with desert camo instead.
Smoke guns, the white smoke guns, and put your magazine.
So 5.45 versus 5.56. Let's look at the roster here on the side. We have Indigo Fox commanding for Blue 4, members of TSB under X-Ray, and then Cheese commanding Op 4. I haven't seen a lot of Cheese, so we'll have to see how Cheese does in this position. But either way... Oh gosh, I have the hiccups too now. Wonderful. Blue 4 has 4IB, TSB, Sideways, and Gonzo. With Kane, Novix, Flux, Guy Fieri, Pointman, Armajesus. Really good. Honestly, everyone I've seen so far is actually a noteworthy player. Azariah, down to Scandi Recon with TSB, Navy, Olaf. Now we're starting to one ER guys as well. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these names I recognize as good players though. So Blue 4 has a really good veteran style team here, and more often than not, that means they're gonna do really, really well. They're fighting Cheese here, who I'm not 100% on his commanding here, but he could, you know, be one of those newer guys that actually knows what he's doing, because we run into those all the time. And Miskov is also on the ground here with his batch of Czech dudes here. He's also partnered on Twitch, which I have mad respect for. Sank 2 with some of the 700 Canadian, also known as ML here. We got Fred, SL Dreams. Fred, of course, from FK. Dreams from his, I believe, AA. I could be wrong on that, though. Fred, don't hate me. Or, excuse me, Dreams, don't hate me. I'm drunk. Sorry. But I would definitely say Blue 4 has... I don't mean to sound mean, but Blue 4 does have the more veteran players of FNF. But Op 4 has 3 sectors to defend, and this AO is very forgiving on a defensive angle because of all the buildings here. Not as much as round 1, but we could still see a lot done with these barracks buildings. So I'm going to not really go to the low ground because of the intensity of that rain, but we'll see how things go. I could see Blue 4 doing both an air assault and a boat attack. Oh, wow. Wait, we got T5 Bay on Blue 4 as well. Is Nem joining them? If Nem is on this side, yeah. You got the top player, and Nem has a 240 Bravo as well. I'm expecting Blue 4 to do a little bit of a steamroll here, just because of the amount of veteran players on Blue 4's side. Whew, I'm going to take a small break and, small breath, excuse me. And in all honesty, Op 4, like, they can set up a good coastal defense because they have, you know, the ability to do that because it's within their territory. But Blue 4 with those armed boats and the ability to deploy up in the radar station and get good overwatch from the airfield is a little troublesome. I'll be curious to see where Op 4 deploys its 2 BTR-80s, though, to try to counter where those UH-60s go, but I don't know. Who's flying those UH-60s? Moxie, Bryn, Wheaton. Basically, I'll go down the roster for you. FNF staff member, TSB, known good pilot, TSB, known good pilot, server owner for FNF. So it's a good roster here. And then the second one, good pilot, I don't know, and the guy that messaged me hi a few seconds ago. Really, actually, no, he messaged that like 20 minutes ago. Fuck's sake, we got too caught up in Bloodwing's story. So we'll just have to see how things go. Alright, anyway, if the stream randomly, like, gets stagnant, like the camera holds in place for a second, you hear background noise, that's me fighting the Greek agents that Bloodwing has sent to deal with me, so...
I heard that you got some money off of the GameStop.
Oh yeah, no, GameStop stock, like, that was, what, 2 weeks ago? No, I made a small scalp on that from $275 to $375. And that's just gonna help go into my mortgage, but... that was a while ago. I'm not gonna lie, I've actually pulled all my money out of my stock brokerage account just so I can put most of it into the mortgage payment in a few months. So I'm gonna be off of stocks for a while, but it's just because I want to live my life with Bloodwing. So, no, there's no 5-minute delay, by the way, but that's besides the point. But regardless, Red Hot, thank you so much for the 9-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a kick out of this stream. And, I'm gonna keep checking my left, because that's where the doorway is, and, I gotta fight Greek agents again, so... I did say again. Whoops. Wasn't supposed to say that. Oh yeah, Bitcoin with its second surge is also a really good thing to hold, but we'll see how things go. I'm not going to John Wick them because I am a fat ass in a chair, and the best I can do is look at him and laugh and then get shot. So
to your right, then.
Bloodwing gonna come in. I do have a window in this room. Don't tempt her. But Tactical Torpedo, thanks for the 36-month resub. That gets you a gold badge for the Lance Corporal rating. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, my man, and I hope you get a kick out of this. But otherwise, round has started. Blue 4 already has a boat ready to go, a second boat underway. No RHIBs being utilized, and we do have the helicopters being filled with infantry. G-Legs is filled with a 14+, which means it's completely full, and the other UH-60 is also being filled. So we're probably going to see some sort of pincer maneuver here between naval forces moving into the beach, as well as helicopter forces possibly deployed at a different angle. But OPFOR has prepared for this by pushing both of their BTRs southwest, anticipating an aircraft push for an air assault group by Blue 4, and maybe OPFOR will be able to shoot them down. We will have to see. But there is a very thick fog in the water. That is done so that OPFOR cannot snipe out the boats as they come in to do a naval landing. OPFOR, though, has set up a good level of security here, trying to watch for those boats. But as you can hear them locally, visibility is not that good. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself in TeamSpeak, though, just in case, because we weren't really focusing on their conversations because we were too busy about talking about how Bloodwing's going to probably murder me in my sleep. That's what the Stoli Dolis are for. I need to do a video on how to make Stoli Doli. It's really easy. All you need is a pineapple and the cheapest vodka you can find, and 5 days. And you will get the smoothest fucking alcohol you have ever drank, and it is lovely. Alright, so Blue 4 focusing their naval insurgent on the southern side to the east of La Trinité. They're probably going to move up the coast and assault from the scout. Meanwhile, the south, excuse me. Meanwhile, the UH-60s are probably going to focus on a western deployment, excuse me. And we're probably going to be seeing some sort of pincer maneuver from there. BTRs are trying to track, but hearing the sounds of the UH-60 is going to be tough over the engine noises of the BTR-80 itself. I called it a 60, that's my bad, it is a BTR-80. But they are trying to maneuver around, but Blue 4 getting boots on the ground on the island on the rear here. And that is one group deployed. Meanwhile, one of the boats has landed, deployed one guy. It's starting to deploy the rest. How many forces are in that boat? It is just a strike team of 9, 10, 11, 12 dudes that are part of Delta Squad. And the other helicopter deploying south, that has a full element here. OPFOR deciding to focus more on defending the sectors at the airfield itself. And this is going to allow Blue 4 to get their forces in very close, but we are seeing that BTR starting to open up. I think they're firing with the 12.7. Oh, that is the 14.5 millimeter. So that can shred the helicopter, but at this range, it's going to be really hard to make those shots. That range, the BTR was not able to be accurate, and Blue 4 was able to get their entire force down, boots on the ground. I hope she doesn't Blood Eagle me, man. That's a really bad way to go. Otherwise, helicopter is trying to fire some retaliation rounds from those 7.62 M134 miniguns on the side, but they're not going to be too effective because of that range. So Blue 4, we have a majority of the force dismounting on the southern side, and we have one squad all the way out to the west. So we're seeing mostly a unified push for Blue 4, probably going to come in from the south, where OPFOR does have a pretty decent defensive line and the ability to flank from the far reaches. But this flanking group here, it is Charlie 2 with the Ander with the AT weapon again, and if he's close enough, he will definitely get some good AT shots, but it is also getting darker. So we might see by the end of this round it go into a night operation. Interesting. We'll just have to see how things go. Now, every time Liru hears a knock on the door or a bump in the night, he's gonna be shanking like an old hound dog trying to shit out a peach pit. Oh, wow. Joke's on you, though. It's always been like that. And Neander just crashed out of the operation. He was the MAT team gunner, and he's crashed out. So now Charlie 2 does not have their AT to counter the BTR-80s. What an interesting throw. I don't know if Neander's body is still going to be around, or if he can reconnect and still be a part of this round, but that's going to be very worrisome for Blue 4, because without Neander's AT capability, Blue 4 is going to be at a major disadvantage and potentially be at the mercy of OPFOR's 2 BTRs. Whew. Yeah, Neander has not been having a good time with FNF these days, that's for certain. His connection's just been very, very wonky, but we are having Commie Slaughter still with a full crew on these assets here, trying to come around and check where OPFOR's defensive lines on the beach are, if at all applicable. Because if that vehicle doesn't take any fire from the beach, Blue 4 might try a more coastal approach to get into these sectors, thinking that it is clear. Could still go either way. Alright, Iander. Yep, feel free to get drunk. I hope your guys can find your AT, though, because it is going to be needed to get this operation handled. And we are seeing more infantry mount up in more Blackhawks here as they start to ferry in more personnel. Also, interesting enough, there are multiple aircraft carriers around this AO. That is a fake symbol made by Jonathan. And we have a third aircraft carrier over here, I guess just for showpieces. And we have a few Blue 4 members that were deployed. This is X-Ray, actually. What the fuck? Arma, stop it. There we go, we're back. I apologize for that. That was Arma just randomly black screening on me. Nah, we're good, we're good. Sometimes it does that once in a blue moon, but with every rare glitch in Arma, it happens all the time. No, I'm not getting... Bloodwing's not here, don't worry. She's not jumping me. As I was saying, X-Ray was deployed on the northern side. They're coming around to try to eliminate, not eliminate, I guess just scout out the northern regions. They could potentially take Sector 3 on their own. Now, real quick, guys, with sector control, all you need to take the sector as the attacking faction, in this case it is Blue 4, is to get a member in the sector. As long as there are no Op 4 guys within the sector itself, you will take the sector. But if there's Op 4 guys in the AO, you have to eliminate them all, either kill them or knock them unconscious, and then you'll be able to take the sector itself. Really, though, Op 4's main defensive lines all fall into Sector 1, because Sector 2 and Sector 3 are a little tougher to hold on their own, so we're probably going to see the biggest contingency of combat along Sector 1. But before that starts, we might see Scandi Recon contend with Op 4 X-Ray in the low ground. That is going to be a little difficult to see here. But we already see a member. This is Yanni Finn trying to line up his GL to strike at Op 4 X-Ray. Now he's instead lining up his gun instead, as we're hearing the Blackhawk fly overhead to potentially dismount more reinforcements. We got Bravo for Blue 4 being dismounted back here, as well as Hotel 2, one of the pilots here. We got some 4IB members in there. They're also going to be deployed along this flank. So we're going to see a pincer maneuver from Blue 4. A lot of forces on this Overwatch position as this main force on the southern side pushes in. That could be difficult, but we just heard Scandi Recon open up on X-Ray. We also have a BTR pushing up on Blue 4 here. An AT hit causes it to start smoking. And it is just drifting along. Rifles opening up as it is just trying to drift past. Oh, it is on fire, though. That means the ammunition is going to cook off. Another AT round goes in. And the crew is taken out. Great shot by Blue 4 there, and the other BTR is coming around to try to support. If Op 4 loses their BTRs early on, that's going to be devastating. Meanwhile, X-Ray has, for Op 4, been almost completely taken out by Scandi Recon. We have one guy still alive, Gene Cop, but did Scandi Recon take a single casualty from that? No, and this is why people fear Scandi Recon, because if you get into a one-on-one fight with them, they will absolutely wipe you, and you won't be able to even take out a single guy. So now you're seeing some gunshots go over just because they're competing for the last kill here, and there's that. So again, Blue 4 gonna start steamrolling from the southern side. We got some forces very close to each other right here. I apologize for hitting the end key there to toggle to the multiple viewer visions there. Also, my pizza arrived and got brought up to my room, so excellent there. Heard some explosive traps go off, but they were unfortunately ineffective. And Op 4 might, actually they are pulling away from this one position. Eric Crew being the guy to watch. He is, you know, the guy that drops by my streams. He is a partnered member on Twitch himself, verified. I just have respect for those types of people that have been able to go through the system like I have, so I give him the benefit of the doubt there, but he is pulling his group back as Blue 4 is starting to get their right pincer up into the AOs themselves as the left pincer picks off enemy forces. What kind of pizza? Stuffed crust pepperoni, but we'll get into that in between rounds 2 and 3. Alright, so Blue 4, they're going to keep pushing their southern force right here. Mass is a Blue 4 member who is unfortunately down. Unlikely to be picked back up, though, because his force is continuing on. I suspect that Blue 4 is going to run into a wall right here, because look at this defensive line that Op 4 has made right here. With entrenchments and whatnot. This is a really good trench line for them to hold Blue 4, but Blue 4 can move along the coast and flank it, which is really worrisome, especially since they have that boat in the water to push any Op 4 forces back from the coast. So I could see this Blue 4 force still flanking around this Marriott line, as I'm going to call it, that Op 4 set up. Plus, Blue 4 still has a massive force over here that could still come in and flank from the northwestern side into these AOs. But we do have X-Ray pushing in as well. Op 4's not looking like they're in a good spot right now. I don't see the other BTR as well. Hold up, it's still alive. Where is she? She has pushed back in to the airfield here and is trying to cover Op 4. Bren, I'm sorry I can't read that, my man. I'm not a good language person. I'm good at math, though. And armor ops. That's it. Yeah, whatever the World War I French defensive line was, I probably butchered the pronunciation. But the fog is allowing for some Op 4 guys to hide and potentially get behind the lines. But against Navy, Navy's a pretty good player in his own right. I think he's going to be able to spot those guys if he continues to push forward. And if not, if Op 4 starts firing their guns, that's going to push the rest of Blue 4 to check on that position. The Maginot line, that is it. That's, yep. Yes. All right, my bad. Sorry, it's the booze. I got a little mispronunciation-y. Okay, please keep the chat to English, because I want to be able to understand. I don't want to have to tab out and Google Translate everything. Maginot. That's the proper way to pronounce it. Thank you. Now we got Op 4 Charlie 2 trying to fire on Blue 4, coming along a different flank here. Why is the boat white? What did they do to the boat? Oh, right. It means when they're white, it means they're constantly firing. That's the 134 trying to empty rounds over the top. It's messy to look at, man. You're hearing that 14.5 millimeter fire from that BTR trying to strike at the boat at the origin of those tracer rounds. And Op 4 has successfully snuck two guys behind Blue 4's line. This could be devastating if Blue 4 doesn't realize that they're getting flanked when those Op 4 guys make their move. But yeah, I agree. Those tracer rounds were indeed beautiful. But Blue 4 with all of these supporting assets could be a major issue for Op 4. We got X-Ray closing the distance from the north. It is TSB members Lolo, Falcon, and Vincer fighting Koak and Stanners. I don't mean to be rude to TSB, but I think Stanners and Koak will be able to take care of them. They're within my top 10. Like, they're very, very good players. Now Blue 4 is starting to make their pushes here. We just heard an explosion off in the distance. That was an English shot hitting one of the helicopters. Both the helicopters still sound like they are A-OK, though. Where is the Mat Team gunner here for Charlie 2 Op 4? That would be Buckets, who is actually all the way back here with Vargrim. Two really good players, mind you. But they are definitely outside the AO as the other part of Charlie 2 starts opening up on Alpha 2. 4 IB guys. Really good players on their own, and they already took out one of the Op 4 members trying to fire on them. Op 4 manages to knock out two Blue 4 guys right there. And now we're having some enfilading fire being delivered from the ACT tower. Excuse me, Air Traffic Control Tower. It's ATC. To try to strike some of these Blue 4 guys getting into cover from Rolo and Total War here. And we got a Blue 4 helicopter flying overhead. And striking blindly at the ATC tower. My bad. So 4IB, do they still have a medic on scene? They do, in the form of Banks and Shepard, so they can still get up Shork and Norton there. But Op4's left flank here is under a lot of pressure because there's a massive Blue 4 force here in this pincer maneuver to try to come in on this sector. Now, Op4's rear element, one of them did get killed, but Brosh is still doing his best to try to slow down the left flank of this Blue 4 element here, pushing up. Explosive charge going off as well, but it was a little late because Blue 4 is already pushed up. But look at the numbers of Blue 4 we have pushing up on this flank compared to the Op4 members. I think Op4 is going to be able to hold here, but Blue 4, if they're smart and they notice this defensive line, they can push around and join the Northern forces in pushing around. Speaking of Northern forces, late in the BTR-80 is flanking around to check on this Northern sector, slowing down X-Ray's advance because X-Ray does not have any AT to deal with that position, so Lolo is feinting a dead body here by going prone and turning on his side. And we have Not Falcon and Devincer trying to just get away from this BTR-80 here. As we also have Blue 4, one of the helicopter which was shot down probably by that BTR-80, and now they can assist on X-Ray in taking the Northern objectives. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Also, do note it is getting darker. So, we still have the 4IB guys contesting with Rolo and Total War, but Guy Fieri coming up, taking out Rolo. And Kane also trying to take out Total War, manages to knock him out. And now this Blue 4 unified flank. I apologize for flashing that map. That was I was hitting the N key. No, I was hitting the M key instead of the N key to change out of the night vision. But Blue 4 has a very nasty unified flank to work with, but we still have Broche over here. Who is hiding in a bush right now. Can't seem to pull his score up at the moment, but Blue 4 flanking around this Margiot line that Op4 set up. And we have Op4 members trying to fire at X-Ray and Hotel 1 forces from that crashed, Blackhawk that are trying to flank from the north. So Blue 4 has a really good formation of forces coming into this AO. Op4, meanwhile, really focused on holding Sector 1. I suspect that Sector 1 is going to be the zone to hold for Op4.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
T5 Rod trying to open up. He is taken out, though, by the Op4 garrison. We just heard the MAT team fire at the other UH-60. I'm going to assume that was a hit. Blue 4 still moving from the Foglands up into the closest sector.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Again, this vehicle crossing through the line. Op4 knows they are there because they did just do some striking, but not realizing that these guys don't have any AT because they're X-Ray, the recon team, with a crew group from Hotel. But I can understand Op4's position there of doing better safe than sorry. Meanwhile, one of the pilots taken out, Reapers, also taken out by Sanners. And we might see this northern position hold. Again, I originally did say that this X-Ray group would have issues taking Sector 2 from Stanners and Koak because they are two really good players, as well as the fact that fighting between X-Ray and a machine gun team at this level of visibility would be very tough. But meanwhile, we are having Blue 4 starting to try to come into Sector 1 here, but they're going to be fighting a majority of Op4's forces. As the rest of Blue 4 comes in, I think Op4 might be able to hold against this, because if they're able to fight off and eliminate most of Blue 4's right pincer here, they're going to be able to hold from the left pincer, which has to cross this massive open airfield here. And I think Op4 might be able to hold, despite, in all honesty, Blue 4 having more of the veteran players. So now it's just up to the PvP here between Blue 4 and Op4 for Sector 1. So do you think they can hold? That is the only question. But based on how Op4 has a large amount of forces along Sector 1, at a good U-shaped formation here, I think they'll be able to hold it. So we're seeing some fights from the easternmost side of this Margiot line that Op4 has made, and some forces that have been pushed to the northeastern side of Sector 1's AO, as well as Nuzzy on the rooftops of these shed buildings. I think Blue 4 is going to be caught out of position here. I'm just seeing a lot less numbers on Blue 4's side than what they started with. I'm sorry I'm mispronouncing Margiat. Well, another really good player for FNF. He is also assisting in picking off some of the Blue 4's members here. And we still have the Charlie 2 gunner with buckets there, and his battle buddy Vargren also picking off some of Blue 4 as they tried to cross around. I think Blue 4 is going to be able to take Sector 3 and Sector 2, but they're going to fumble on Sector 1 at this rate.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Tactical Torpedo, thanks for gifting out a sub, and it went to Nobody1501. I hope you both keep enjoying the operations. You stay safe among COVID-19. I hope you get a kick out of this operation. I'm not going to lie, this is starting to look into a bit of a David versus Goliath situation. Again, because Blue 4 has a lot more of the veteran players, but Op4, even though they sent out forces and lost their one of their BTR-80s, I think they're going to be able to continue a unified hold on the southern sector, but it's really just going to result in the PvP here. And Rusky, thank you for watching, my man. Hope you keep enjoying stuff, and have a good night. Definitely, dude. Thanks for all your support. So Op4, I mean, again, they're close together. They're still doing their best to hold their lines here, but I think they might be able to hold. But it's going to be difficult either way. Another explosive trap going out. That is more towards the coast. Taking out the ACT tower. 2600 walking away from that. Might have been a little bit of a misplay there. Blue 4 definitely trying to strike at this one position. Nuzzy returning fire himself. And the helicopter hits the drink! Crew quickly gets out, but wow. Good job on Nuzzy there. I don't know if he managed to hit the pilot or the pilots for the fucking hotel crew were incompetent in that, but wow. So now there's no air support on either side, and Op4 still has their BTR-80, which is trying to maintain a defensive between Sector 2 and Sector 3, the lighter defended sectors, meaning it is AT bait for Blue 4, but it's up to Blue 4 to even make that shot. Meanwhile, we've got the 4 IB guys starting to close in on Vargrant and Buckets. Buckets is KIA. Vargrant's doing his best to hold out as he takes out Shirak, knocking him unconscious and Dryden unconscious, but he himself goes down. And unfortunately, Shepard and Banks are playing Maddox, so they'll be able to get up Shorik and Dryden. But it's all about the stall game, because we are going to see the 15-minute warning get called in about 2.5 minutes. But the attackers have captured Sector 2, which was all the way to the north. Despite Fred, I thought he was in the AO, but I guess he was knocked unconscious. Moxburn, being in the AO himself, able to capture that. It's gonna be a close round, but again, the fight is going to end up being, can Sector 1 hold, despite Blue 4 pulling a massive 360 here. Tom about to cross into the sector and capture Sector 3. There's the capture, and now we're gonna have 16 minutes 45 seconds for Op4 to hold Sector 1, and it's going to be a tough call because Op4 is surrounded by Blue 4 forces, but they're able to hold their own. Explosive trap going off. Not sure if it got any kills, but opened a lot of room for Blue 4 to come in on this flank. And aim at the balls, getting a pick-off kill. I don't know who that was for Op4, but this is where the real fight's going to be. Op4 doing their best to hold against the northwestern push that took Sector 3. And that BTR needs to now push to Sector 1 to help hold. Same with any Op4 guys that are still up. I'm going to assume this is a bugged out unit because he has a CSAT kit. So the script didn't initialize to give him his gear, so that's just a debug thing. But even then, we've got Gorski and Cheese in this barracks building trying to hold against Blue 4 pushing from the eastern flank. But look at Blue 4 here. They're just surrounding this position. They got some additional forces to the northern side that can push in. Reapers, though, part of Blue 4, he is down. No one's going up to assist him, unfortunately. And this is where the last fight's going to be. This could still go either fucking way. But we're about to have the 15-minute warning called in just a second. Oh, AT going off on that BTR-80, knocking its engine out. It is now smoking as it tries to get some 7.62 on Dryden there. Another AT round going off. Not killing anyone, though, as the crew starts to dismount. There is some cook-off fire from that BTR-80 as Layden and Fred trying to get out. Fred getting picked off. Layden getting picked off. And unfortunately, that was Op4's last BTR there. And now Blue 4 is going to be able to encircle this one AO here and hopefully take this last sector. Guy Fieri coming into the breach of the building that Gorski and another guy were in. But Gorski able to knock out Guy Fieri as Novix now comes up to the second story to try to take out Gorski here. But again, these two are very good PvPers. So this is going to be really tough to see who wins this fight, especially on a 1v1. So you got Gorski pre-firing, but a grenade goes out into the hallway. Excuse me, that was Novix pre-firing as Gorski threw a grenade to try to stop him. Gorski and Novix getting in a 1v1. Novix and Gorski trading. That just shows you the skill level of both these guys able to aim center mass. We had a 249 versus an AK, but unfortunately Money, who was the battle buddy of Novix in this fight, was able to double tap and might be able to get Novix back up. So, Op4 on a little bit of a manpower disadvantage here, but Blue 4 is scattered in terms of their infantry. So it is going to become a result of, hold on real quick, we had some explosive charges go up for Op4 here, but they were ineffective, unfortunately. But Blue 4 is scattered. They do have the numbers advantage, but if they keep attacking from various flanks, that will allow Op4 to have the numbers advantage in those individual firefights, and they might be able to turn the fight around, which that does size pick off a dude as so. But Blue 4, this massive northern push might be able to steamroll and take the AO, because not all of Op4 forces are in the AO itself. They do have a strong defensive line within Delta here, but it could go either way, and I am personally at the edge of my seat just to see who is going to win this round. 15-minute warning is not going to be called actually for another 3 minutes. I apologize. I forgot what math was for a second. So we still have another 17 minutes in this round. So that is plenty of time for Blue 4 to come in and get this fight won. So it's just going to rely on the PvP at this point. I could see Blue 4 winning this. I could also see Op 4 holding because of that defensive advantage. So Firefly getting a pick-off kill off of this little slit on a Blue 4 member. Really good PvP work right there. Meanwhile, we got Pepit and Bay Potato trying to push up and take out some of these Op 4 members. Bay Potato getting knocked out, though, unfortunately. And now they're holding. Let's look at the roster on the left side. Op4's got a good chunk of skulls there, but Delta 2 has not taken... I stand corrected. Delta 2 just lost Dardis. But Blue 4, we also have a big chunk of skulls, but only, of course, Nemesis is the first to be killed on Scandi Recon. I swear, he's going to lose the first rating on my list for best players within Friday Night Fights itself, because he keeps getting picked off too early and not able to gain any statistics. But Scandi Recon on Blue 4 starting to breach into Op 4's position here. It's very worrisome, but Firefly still using this little niche he dug because it's worked, it's done so well for him, but Blue 4 unable to get grenades in that little fold of the room there, and Firefly still holding this one position. Getting into a one-on-one on Duck, manages to knock him out, but Firefly is taken out by Infidel, who joins him, and Infidel also able to knock out that second guy there, and now you're having Blue 4 starting to push up in this position here. Delta 2 taking a lot of casualties now. Even more so, now that Not Falcon and Naps, members of both TSB and Scandi Recon starting to breach into this one position. Even with their handgun, Not Falcon knocked out though. And now you're starting to have this Blue 4 mass on the northern side push in. Remember, if they take out every Op 4 member within Sector 1, they will win this round. Red Action, thank you so much for turning your Twitch Prime sub into a Tier 1 sub, my man. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this. But Op 4, their numbers are dwindling. Blue 4 has now wrestled the numbers advantage back, and it is now looking more and more unlikely that Op 4 is going to be able to hold this round, because they are down to the southern groups here. It is going to be up to Pepit here to knock out Tessit, Benda, and Ten Patrick. But Ten Patrick manages to get the kill on Peppa there. And there's the 15-minute warning call, but this round is going to be over, honestly, within the next 5 minutes max, as Blue 4 pushes into the sector. Again, Blue 4 cannot cap the sector so long as there's an active Op 4 member within the sector here, and we still have Ten Patrick, Tensict, and Lucius and Ash still within the AO here. But Blue 4 definitely has the numbers advantage now. Op 4 is going to have to fight a massive uphill battle, but an explosive satchel trap going off, taking out a few Blue 4 guys. And still Blue 4 has the numbers advantage. So Op 4 needs to push Major Khan, Anders Main, and Blade back into the AO to hold, but Blue 4 starting to encircle on this AO. It is looking very, very worrisome for Op 4 as they try to hold this last sector. There's not enough time. Falcon coming into chat saying he was friendly fired twice. That is unfortunate to hear. But we are hearing Ten Patrick starting to fire on Blue 4 forces there. Also, X Alden 13, thank you so much for the sub, my man. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you got a kick out of this one. Yanni, meanwhile, running in the back of Blade, making Blade runouts get taken out by Fisher. Fisher now firing and taking out Yanni in a blue-on-blue incident. Unfortunate for Scandi Recon forces right there. But based on the amount of Blue 4 still alive, I think they're going to be able to hold. Yeah, I think this is GG to Blue 4. Tessit and Benda still in the AO itself, where you have Andres and Major Khan in the open, taking fire from Blue 4. Garrison's coming around. They managed to take out one Blue 4 guy, but Major Khan's battle buddy going down. I think think that's a little too tough there. Oh, Major Khan just taken out. Now you got Tensick and Benda still in the AO on the southern corner. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yanni running up to challenge this fortification line. But he quickly pulls back, realizing that that fortification line exists. We have 12.5 minutes. Excuse me. No, it is 12.5 minutes. I don't see Op4 holding for that long. Guys, I think this is going to be it for round 2. Blue 4 is going to win it because they have such a high numbers advantage. And we're going to go into round 3 and see how that goes. But if Tencent and Benda are able to hold, we could see anything happen. Ooh, explosives trap goes off, potentially taking out some Blue 4. Brenda and Tech. Tech getting flanked by Azariah. Fisher taking out Bent, and there it is, GG. That is the operation. Blue 4 taking the last sector. That is a Blue 4 victory for round 2. And the, I don't mean to sound rude here, but the better side won. They had more veterans on their side, and honestly, the tactics were sound with that pincer move. Op4 was unable to eliminate the right pincer in time. That allowed the left pincer for Blue 4 to come in, take all the AOs, and then wrestle out Op4's control of the southern sector.
Send in goat.
That was pretty fucking amazing, let's be honest. Dusty Penguin, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this one. So, of course, we get knocked to DTAS. DTAS is a default mission file, but that is knocked away, and hopefully we'll see round 3 in just a moment. So, I'm going to run a few more ads so I can enjoy some of this pizza here, and, God damn it, I'm drunk. But I don't think you guys would like me any other way. You know, Drunk Liru is such a decent commentator, so we'll just keep running as is. Let me change the music up.
Send in goat team 6 now.
Alright, round 3 will be on Ruha, neutral sector, Blue 4 versus Op 4. Wow, pure infantry. This will be an interesting third round to end the night.
Myrmidon.
4.
Alright, so I've jumped into
Tau.
their channel to listen on their
5.
comms here.
TSB.
5.
FK.
Just me at the end of the alphabet.
Chad.
2.
29th.
Looks like 3, maybe 4.
PLH.
7.
Are there any more groups who have joined us?
Did you call it
I did.
That's left, so I was just curious.
Just on the hunt for RCC. Are they here or have they jumped out? Oh, they jumped out. Okay. Right. We have requests from 2 people to take leadership for round 3. If you two could jump into the leadership slots.
Nice.
This is going to be interesting.
I'm tempted to try something fun here, but I'm not sure. Nah, I won't.
What fun?
Wait, no, let's do it.
No. In fact, you know what? Right. In fact, you know what? We are actually on schedule for a second. So can staff just jump up to the staff room for 1 second?
Heard.
Just had to ruin the fact you were unscheduled, didn't you?
Yeah. Because it's such an anomaly, they're going to make us behind.
We have to do something to delay it. It's not normal. It is tradition to overrun.
Yeah.
It's tradition to stop late.
All the autists among us will be upset that we ended on time.
You mean all
which
of
is
us?
just- yeah, exactly.
There is no such thing as on time, there is only off time.
An FNF mission does not arrive late. It arrives precisely when it means to.
Which is an hour
It is
ahead of
simply
schedule,
impossible to mount
behind
time.
schedule.
Yeah, which is an hour after.
Who was up for X-ray element, by the way? Just real quick.
No, this is me. Hello.
I would say that was. I'm sorry if you're running into all
Pizza's
of
good,
us
by the
in
way.
Scandi,
Yeah, they got
but I'm really
slaughtered.
not.
No, we're just following our orders.
We literally had your long range, and we were just leaking ICOM chatter to Platoon. Like we knew everything that you guys were doing.
Man, I was just watching the map, and in 1 second they all disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when Charlie team pulled back.
Yeah, we just ran away.
Orders of patrol to the west. That's all we got from the briefing. So
I was like, I'm out.
we found the enemy at least.
by the way, guys.
All right, break.
Did you guys behave?
Yeah.
Yes, then.
I'm glad to not come back to singing, so that's a good start. Right. Right. Let's get. I'm going to quick ball this. Let's get 4IB Blue 4 UPSE Op 4. Let's get Zeus Blue 4 Red. No. Zeus Op 4 Red Stripe Blue 4. Let's get 1RW Blue 4 AA Op 4.
Firefly down to Bravo.
Roger.
Let's get Scandi Op 4 Tau Blue 4. TK, are you still here?
GLX, are you happy with giving Yander the missile specialist?
Oh yeah, sure, okay.
Yes, sir. Move down to Delta 1.
Go put him in a helicopter. You will lose it if you do.
SR Delta 1, since there's no vehicles, no point.
Hey, Fisher.
Yeah, you're right.
Could,
Dingo,
Break.
can you repeat for AA and FK?
AA should be Op 4, as should FK. PLH Blue 4. 29th Op 4. Chad Blue 4. Myrmidon Blue 4.
I'm alive, don't worry.
TSB Op 4. Then let's see where those numbers settle.
Nats, join the squad.
Still need Ian to switch out from Charlie to Delta.
Okay, everybody, let's get slotted nice and quickly. There's still some of you I can see who are definitely part of groups. Let's get you into your slots.
Veiled first hosted up in 6 weeks.
There was a few
hiatus
blue on
should be
blues going on
interesting.
in that last round, so let's try and make sure that we are positively IDing our targets before we're killing them. It's never fun to be killed by your own guys.
Hey, Fisher or Mountain, Fred's with Zeus at the moment, so could he possibly take one of those slots?
Hey, Nim, if you're still here, they just called you out.
Thank you very much.
Dingo, where'd you slot?
Give you kit.
Fox 1.
On blue 4?
On 4.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm going to assume that everyone remaining who is not colored in is center. It's time to get you guys slotted. We'll start from the top and work our way down. Collins, blue 4. Cheese, blue 4. GR4V, blue 4. Indigo Fox, blue 4. Mr. Booster Cheeseburger, blue 4. Let's see where that leaves us. We're going to get this perfect. Oh, damn it, there's 3 spectators. It's going to be almost perfect. So we'll get started nice and quick. Let's get Navy blue 4, Rolo blue 4. And then numbers keep moving. Stop moving. Let's get Tarn Falk blue 4, Wiki Op 4. Okay, that's everyone slotted and it's so perfect. Holton, you got a minute on the clock.
Yeah, okay, I need a first platoon commander. If anyone's want to take that or is willing. If not, I'm gonna have to volunteer someone. Or whatever you say.
Check it out. So, can Azariah, since they're just one squad, just do their thing in Delta and then we can move up to first platoon? I don't think second platoon needs a lead.
Second platoon to Azariah?
What do you think?
Okay, say again.
Do you want us to just go from second platoon lead to first platoon lead and Delta can lead second platoon?
Yeah, I can lead that.
Yeah.
Just really Delta element.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
You have an entire Foxtrot squad.
I have an extended Delta squad.
I think it would still be smarter to keep a second platoon leader, but that's just me.
Yeah, but if Azariah jumps from
We can do both.
Delta to second, he's just gonna have Foxtrot attached to him.
It's all good. Look, you got your platoons.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, everything's good. Done.
Cool, awesome. Pierce, you have a minute.
Standards, Bravo lead.
Okay, sorry.
I don't need to apologize. Jesus, I only asked
Yeah,
you
no,
one time.
I was drinking.
They're making fun of me in chat.
Okay, now you apologize.
Motherfuckers.
The rest of the team looks pretty in order. Yep, that's all good for me.
Good, lovely.
Vagrant, can I have you take Foxtrot 1 TL? And you'll still lead Foxtrot, but just from there. Thank you.
Okay, looking through, everything's looking good. Let's push through to our briefing. As we're pushing through,
Give me a second. We're gonna play Bentusi Battle for this one. Alright. So pardon me. I've been stuffing my face with pizza because it, arrived. Why not, But in-game chat has decided to bully me, so I hope whichever side has Falcon loses, but it's gonna be up to the PvP on Ruha to see how things go. First off, Bad Wolf, thank you so much for the 33-month resub. Jeez, you've been with me for a while, man. I hope your operations go well, especially since you've been on a large hiatus, and I hope you get a kick out of this Friday Night Fight stream. Hold on.
Just £1 a month to spare, or more if you're feeling generous. The Patreon is there. It has been shared up on all of the general channels in the Discord. We really appreciate any help you can give us. We're just below our target at the minute, and it really does help us out because it does mean we can have our lovely EU server. And as those of you who've been here for a while, the NA1 was not smooth for our boys, but it's good that we've got this going, and I would quite like to keep it, and I'm sure you all would too. So if you do have just £1 a month to spare, it's greatly appreciated. You can do one-time donations as well. You have to do another staff member step in. I've forgotten the thing.
Contact Muniz.
Is it message Muniz? Yeah. Contact A Muniz on FNF for a one-time donation, and he will sort you out with how you can do that. It is greatly appreciated, and there are worth looking into donating as well, because we do have things like special sound packs available from such people as Night Owl. Ooh, right.
And
Mass.
possible closing merch on the way.
Yeah, yes. There's more stuff on the way as well. Possible merch included.
You want to be the only weirdo in your vicinity wearing an FNF bit of clothing? We'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Nemesis, go ahead.
Yeah, that will most highly, yeah. There'll probably be a testing of the FNF Titans on Sunday. Look for the announcement for that.
Lovely. There will be an announcement coming up soon as well for when we're planning on doing a large test. When it does happen, bring the numbers. Mass, let's get our brief.
Okay, everything is merged equally, so everyone will get there by like 1 minute to the Charlie and Alpha points, which are castles. Each castle has 2 Urals that are kind of fucked up, so they can't be used for a rush. And the 2 marked zones on the side, those are the artillery positions. They are locked, but yeah, they for cover and all that. They can be used as a staging area or whatever. And Bravo is a minefield around it, marked with signs. So it's not a good idea to rush it. So it'll make it more prolonged.
Okay then.
So combat engineers can see it, see the mines.
Ooh, roger that. Wonderful. Right.
They put minefields around Bravo. That's gonna be cute. Otherwise, to explain again what the mission maker just said, it's going to take a minute for Blue 4 and Op 4 to get into Alpha and Charlie's positions respectively. These 2 gray marked zones are quote-unquote staging areas, and Bravo is surrounded by minefields. Interesting. I got nothing else to really say on that one, but we will stay within their TFAR channel to hopefully come in and just have a listen to the local forces as I take another slice of pizza here. Otherwise, chat, how are you doing? I'm just trying to survive against Bloodwayne's agents that she sends against me to try to silence me. You know, it's a love-hate thing, you know? What can you do on life? Cam, you're saying meh? Yeah, I completely understand that one, my man. But pizza's good. As long as you can get good pizza, there's nothing to fear in life. Some days are good, some days are bad. I completely, 110% understand that phrase, man. Trust me. It's not easy being a YouTuber every day, man. You're just completely reliant on an algorithm for your line of work. That can create a lot of stress. It's Papa John's.
Be here, please.
Give me one second.
Everyone else stay where you are. Just the combat engineers. Thank you. Go stand. Just go stand over there a little bit more.
Oh, yes.
Any other combat engineers? Go stand by the medic. Any
Both
combat engineers, go stand by the medic.
not a
Everyone
combat
else,
engineer,
stay
but
away.
I'll run through the minefield.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm here.
Right.
Eastern Germany.
Firefly?
Don't
You're a combat engineer.
don't react
You
to
want
that. I
to lead a
just
fight,
say-
right?
Just 4-1 there.
Did I hear that correctly? Said Alpha and Charlie.
You're in charge of the combat. So you're the other combat engineer? Nice. Okay, I need you two to join each other's
Eastern
squad.
Germany.
Create a new squad.
Amaru, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no fucking idea. I'm just a fucking
Eastern.
lower 20-year-old dude chilling. Watching people murder each other.
Oh, I was.
Otherwise, Marpat Woodland again for Blue 4. That's been the same thing every round here. And they are fighting against Op 4, who is, I'm going to assume, some sort of Rusky faction. Standard Rusky 545.
Oh.
So we have Blue 4, Marpat 556, 249 squad automatic weapon, 240 Bravo squad machine gun for Foxtrot and Charlie, Maz weapon for Charlie 2, Mark 11 20 round magazine, marksman rifle for X-ray versus Op 4 545, 762 PKM machine gun for the squad, PKP as the squad machine gun for Charlie 1 and Foxtrot respectively, and the RPG 42 for any squad-based guns respectively, with an SVD 10 round 762 by 54 magazine for Op 4's forces here.
Hold Alpha with Foxtrot staying there while Delta moves up to Bravo. Okay, any questions about that?
Zeus, let's piss off to over there. So burn 340.
How's the GameStop going? I don't know. I sold it forever ago. I literally bought and sold on the same day.
Well,
Easy money.
Commander?
But again, I took all my I took all the money out of my brokerage account just to, you know, pay a mortgage, which Bloodwing and I will pay probably within 2 or 3 months. So that's why I've got all these big projects going, because I'm trying to get as much money as I can to lower the monthly down payment of that.
Wait,
So,
here.
say Levy.
Go up on the north side, stay in the forest on the side there, and then push down on Bravo from the
He's opening a soda pop.
northeastern side into Bravo.
Oh, fuck sake.
Hey, if you guys go away from HQ, we're gonna have conversations. I can't fucking hear anything.
And I'm out of booze.
Appreciate it.
I'll get more for NA. Otherwise, AO is really simplistic. Each side has a castle to take. And then Bravo is a neutral sector, which both sides will be fighting for. It appears to be an artillery radar position. And there's allegedly a minefield around it. Get fucking luck to both sides, man. But with this being a sector control, it's going to be up to whoever can hold that central sector and whoever can flank around and take the home sector of either side to win this objective. Interesting. These appear to be 2S25 artillery paladin tanks, but paladin tanks is more, that's the Blue 4 term for these positions here. That's at least the southern one. What about the northern one? Same thing. So they're quote-unquote staging areas for either side to take to then flank Bravo. But I wouldn't waste my time on those. I mean, it's just a rush to see whoever takes Bravo first to get things going. Can the mines be spotted? I mean, we do have the signs up here to state that these are minefields, but let's go ahead and actually have a look. I don't see any mines. Legit, I don't see any mines. Could be wrong.
I don't see any Apers mines. I don't see any Apers mine dispenser mines. I don't see any particular mines at all. Period. Maybe I'm just too drunk, but I don't know. I see the pine cones. I see the little rocks in here. I don't see any physical mines down at all. Yeah, so engineers have mine detectors, so they'll be able to see the mines, but I don't see them. Now, it could be a modded RHS mine where it's partially buried underground, but it would still have a little bit of a cap on top, because how mines work is if you step on them, that makes a little click sound, and then you explode, because that completes the loop on the mine to actually detonate. By the way, mines are fucking terrifying IRL, but I legitimately don't see any. Like, and you see my POV here. I don't see any mines. Chat, have you seen any mines? Like, cause little X, like the grows here, have just been rocks and pine cones. So the question becomes, are there actually any mines here, or is this just a false positive? What the fuck was that? I don't see any mines. Maybe vibration activate. Hell if I know, man. It's gonna be an interesting round 3. There's just really, really shy mines, which is why we can't find any. Good fucking god.
Yeah, if we're pushing with...
We're taking fire! Get down!
Do you tell him?
I don't know what... Oh yeah, hey guys, listen.
I'm
sorry, that was a lot of PTSD kick, dude. Roger? Hello?
Where's my MGs?
Alright, so we're
What the actual fuck is wrong with the player base at this point? Maybe the pine cones are the mines. I doubt it.
1, 2, 3, everybody say hello on yellow.
Easton is definitely faster.
That equals...
I see that.
It started off with 3 and now we're at what, 10?
Yeah, so we'll be walking around, hey.
Yeah, bro.
Everyone salute. Oh my fuck. I feel so protected.
Come on, dude. Come on, go.
Nuzzy, there's at least...
What do you think we can make a circle? I'm gonna try and loop it round. We'll see if we can get a circle going.
And they say that FNF cannot be organized.
Exactly. I'll just purposely miss a mine so they will actually crawl over it.
What are you doing standing up there, man?
Just join us.
Yeah, why are you guys not joining
I'm
in?
a friendly retard.
Join the cause.
Snake. Everybody do the conga.
Snake.
La la la.
And they say I'm the drunk one.
We need more men, the lines must connect.
We must form a perfect circle.
Apple, then we can add more people.
Oh, we're so close.
We're so close to making a circle, man. Come on.
Wait, do we have no...
Yeah, man, we're so close. We're so close.
Stop standing around, get in.
No, I'm not the back.
Everybody do that.
You are the back. This is the front. We're so
Firefly, you're
close.
the net.
We've almost got a full circle.
You're
surrounded them.
Just close the gap, boys.
Start. You want to pass it up the chain, or we should do this when approaching?
4.2.6.
Keep moving, bro.
Mr. Cheeseburger, fall in line.
Everyone
I have nothing to say.
Imagine the confusion.
Hey, if you join in, everyone follows. Get in.
Yes, we got a circle.
I want to close a piece between blue 4 and number 4.
I have nothing to say at all.
Can you send that up through chain of command to have a peace treaty, have the Christmas truce?
You guys.
He's not.
Yeah, it's bison grass. It's great.
Does it have like bison shit in it too?
Yeah. It's it's almost vanilla-y. I've got a bottle in the freezer right now, and oh, if you have it, so the best way
Who's
to have
Remy?
vodka is cold. The best way to have vodka is cold. Trust me. Have ice cold. Nah, have.
Love how we hear like Scandi Recon talking like serious tactics in here.
Right, Nash, you'll be on my left flank. Okay?
You'll be on the left flank.
Combining ain't advisable, Neff.
Is it roadman chav or just regular chav?
These guys just vaulting over each other, and yet when you go to Blue 4, you have a giant snake of people.
You're weak.
The
It's about mine.
Leave the circle, we'll remember your name.
So yeah, basically we're leading
The last
in
person
the
doing
main
this wins.
squad, assault squad, into the
Okay,
area.
if it goes to endgame.
Firefly, are you hearing?
I don't know who Digby is either, but all I can tell you
You don't realize how willing I am to
is that this is what 124 people play. 24 players work. 124 players looks like in PvP.
Otherwise, we're all dead. Right, I don't mind if the rest of you fuck about in a circle, but I need the combat engineer team to go stand right over
Just
there.
gonna kind of sect. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. This is just a professional game of Duck Duck Goose.
Fuck off over there. Commanders, get your men in order and get them to the start line. We need to get this show on the road.
Alright, go. Alright, time to get
Alright. Right, move to Bravo staging. Move to Bravo staging.
39.1 because your guys. It's pretty critical that you guys are in position.
And Blue 4 just got serious.
Make sure that if you go down, you're not far away from everyone.
I'm glad this is the content you look for within your Arma 3 streams, man, because this is definitely where the most important stuff happens. But anyway, I'll start being a semi-serious commentator here. So, Op 4 is going to take Alpha, Blue 4 is going to take Charlie. It's going to be a fight for the minefields in Bravo, and then these two unmarked areas just represent quote-unquote staging areas for Blue 4 and Op 4 to go to. Potentially flank Bravo. Because whoever controls Bravo is going to win this round. I have no idea what's going to happen past that. I'm just a Liru, man. Like, hell I know what's going on. I just make Zeus missions and commentate on PvP. That's it. They're practicing their teamwork and coordination. Malarcus? Sure. Let's go with that. Can they call artillery strikes? Neither side has artillery assets, unfortunately, so no. I don't know what's gonna fucking happen this round, man. This is, could go either way.
And you should all be within talk distance of each other anyway, so I don't anticipate any problems. Right, okay, go. Get ready to move. Speed is of the essence. Speed is of the essence, okay? Speed is absolutely essential in this operation. We can't have any slacking. We need to be moving fast.
So you hear Blue 4 talking about speed. I expect there to be some triple times to Bravo, but I have a feeling this is going to be whoever controls Bravo is going to pretty much win this round. But
Close enough. Guys, get ready. I heard the bolt. I heard the bolt rack, so I was just like, it's either an SKS or a car. I guess wrong.
Bite into an apple?
Platoon, do you read on that?
Mountain's AI look like he's straight from Chernobyl.
You got 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
can we agree that this map is a version of Blood Gulch? I mean, it is some sort of gulch here, but could go either way. You can see Blue Force Castle, Op Force Castle, the neutral position, both artillery positions as the quote-unquote staging points. I say that with my air quotes, but we'll see how things go. What's the win condition? Either side will run out of lives, or they're able to take points as Op 4 starts running to get that early mission start, and Blue 4 didn't do an early run there, so Op 4 in a slight advantage here as they begin to run. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself in TeamSpeak. And they're off.
Right on, Nomads. Thank you for joining us. Basically, what's going to happen in, sorry, I keep hitting the wrong button. Op 4 is going to take Alpha, Blue 4 is going to take Charlie, and both are going to push to Bravo, and we'll see if those minefields are actually genuine. Otherwise, this is the last round of the EU branch. EU will, NA will continue in about an hour and a half. That only gives us a small break, potentially, of about 30 minutes to get through this sector. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to unmute myself. Let's have a listen. Someone trying to backwards track here.
Hey, walk back.
Walking backwards will help them regain stamina as they sprinted across and depleted all of their own, so...
Position. We're gonna fight off anyone coming to try and take it.
Have fun at dinner, Corn.
I don't know.
Do we know how to... Wait, can we actually use the artillery?
I don't think standards.
Nah, Bravo is putting a
What's the point then?
It's just a defense, really.
We are the flanking maneuver. There should be like.
Nah,
we can probably bring it back up to sprinting now.
Yo, band of Bravo.
Man, can you sprint?
I certainly can.
Yeah, off we go.
Oh, not mine.
I can't either.
And its muscular calves.
Send in Go Team 6 now.
Alright, so Blue 4 has managed to capture Charlie before Op 4 was able to capture Bravo. Wait. Op 4 is able to capture Alpha. My bad there. Derby to the face, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a kick out of this, but... Blue 4 looks like they're moving to the staging area here rather than the objective as Op 4 manages to start coming down to the objective here with TSB in the lead. TSB. They can't hear me, unfortunately. Their guns out as they are in visual distance of the objective. I think Op 4 is going to be able to get a slight advantage here when they take Bravo. Alpha going under Op 4's control. Either way, Blue 4 is going to have a massive southern push as Op 4 starts getting to Bravo, but we are going to start seeing the minefield signs. Let's see how Op 4 reacts. I just want to see if there's actually a minefield here, if it's all bullshit, you know? Because I feel like it's fake. Op 4 taking this a little cautious, but they are closer than Blue 4's main group here, as Blue 4 takes control of their quote-unquote staging area. And you have Foxtrot starting to fire on Op 4 forces as they cross into this area. With a 240 Bravo. And Op 4 returns fire as Malin, Reapers, and Defensor move around. I guess they are detecting mines here as they try to maneuver around them. Reaper's pointing them out. He is an explosive specialist, which means he would have a mine detector. And he is just trying to maneuver his forces in here to capture the central objective. Points won't start being scored for another few minutes because it's a 5-minute timer to help prevent rushing for whoever captures the first sector. Starts that 5-minute timer to allow the other faction to at least get a sector controlled. Again, to help deny that rush benefit. But Grenadier round goes in. We're hearing more from Blue 4 firing around. But Op 4 has control of Bravo here as more forces start to join them. Let me tab out again and mute myself, just because this is starting to get wrapped up here. But Op4 and Blue4, two large forces, but Op4 has control. So will Op4 be able to maintain control of Bravo? Will Blue4 send a large force around to try to cap Alpha? And we just had a mine go off up here, but it looks like Flux is okay. He's going to start managing instead, because the mines are meant to be more of a nuisance rather than a player killer. Another mine going off against Op4, but no one was nearby that. That could have been just a GL around. Another mine going off, knocking out Yanni. So the mines are here, I just wasn't able to find any. Nemesis ran into a mine. Ay, but Op4 taking control of Bravo here. Also their own staging point. Blue4 sending a large amount of forces to go around. Meanwhile, Op4 has mounted one of the Urals from their castle position to try to push it around to potentially hit the Blue4 staging position there. But Op4 in position of Bravo, if they can hold it, they will win this round. And now we have the points starting to get tallied on both sides. Op4 leading. Again, it's first to 100 wins the fight, or if either side is able to eliminate the entirety of the opposing force. But this is tough. Blue4 has a good attack line from the south to southwest coming up on Bravo, as well as a large force to come up to hit Alpha, whereas Op4 has a large force in reserve that could go around to hit Charlie. So it could go either way right now. But Falcon saying he got friendly fired. Labau. It's okay, Falcon. I assure you, you deserved it. We got Blue4 popping smokes, trying to push up this unified line here to try to hit Op4 as they push up. But we've got Scandia Recon, T5 Bay, and some other 1ER guys in here. It's going to be really tough. Actually, TSB in here as well. A single 1ER guy. That is T5 Bay. Holding. That's going to be a really tough position for Blue4 to grab on. Op4's truck did get hit here, but the crew managed to get out and move to the northeast. As Blue4 4IB guys are starting to come around, they're going to try to make a run on this castle, but this castle's pretty well defended. Blue4's castle even less defended, though. But we could have Op4 Bravo 2 try to get around. Got Dusty, Mountain, and Dreams moving around this Blue4 flank. Otherwise, let's look at the skulls here. There is no numbers advantage on either side. I see a skull on Blue4 and two skulls on Op4. But that's just one of Mountain's doppelgangers here from a connection issue. So it still can go either way, and we are only 10 minutes into this round. But look at Blue4's force right here. They got a lot of forces on a unified battle line. Part of that line's moving up to Alpha. The other half is trying to attack Bravo, whereas Bravo has a small garrison here of Scandia Recon, TSB, and T5A, who I often regard as the second best player in FNF. who is helping on the Overwatch. Either way, Yander moved up. He is now pulling back. To get in the cover with the rest of his group right here at Hull against the Blue 4 advance. And we're hearing Blue 4 starting to trip mine as they come in. Actually, no, that was Yander hitting a mine himself. And Op4 is able to take out Gene Cope right there, but Luso going down as they're fighting against the castle garrison for Charlie's alpha position. Or, excuse me, Jesus. Charlie's alpha. Op4's alpha position. You can tell I'm drunk right now. We got Joseph Stalin firing with that PKP, trying to hold the line here to stop Blue 4's advance from that one spot. And you got Dreams running the line here. He might try to sneak in Charlie from the rear, but one person is not going to be able to take the objective on his own. Either way, it's really going to fall to this central fight. And then if not that, then if Blue 4 can have enough manpower to push to take Alpha's castle, but Op4 is playing this a lot more defensive to hold these two spots. But we can still see Alpha 2, actually all of Alpha Squad for Op4, push south and try to take that one spot. Which is Charlie for Blue 4. Blue 4's one static position. Could go either way. Firefight between Blue 4 trying to move in. Op4 a fourth of the way to victory, but there's still a lot of time on the clock for Blue 4 to make a push here. Yander didn't place an explosive. He is an explosive special, he's an AT gunner, not an explosive specialist. Reapers, that triangle symbol denotes him as an explosive specialist, so I doubt something like that was placed in play here, but I think Op4 is going to be able to hold against these Blue 4 attacks and whittle them down enough, and then we're going to see this force come down and take Charlie because it only has a handful of defenders. But when you're defending, you can have slightly less than the attacking faction and still hold out fine. I think Blue 4 is just going to get whittled down on the outsides here as they try to fight defensive positions with fortifications here. Of course, that's just my prediction, but it could still go either way. I could still see Blue 4 overpowering Alpha, but by then Op4 is going to overpower Charlie, and it's still going to be 2-1. What do we have on Op4 here? Two members of Bravo 2 just chilling up here with some Urals. I don't know what they're going to do about that, but Swole and Lucius, they are two good players. Lucius is actively bleeding right now from a wound on his arm. I don't know what to say about that. And Op4 Dreams is now actually instead trying to come around from the southern side to flank out Blue 4 forces. He could do a lot of damage on his own. He is the marksman for Op4 and he's on 2 kills. That is the perfect role to be in his shoes. And he could potentially pick off more Blue 4 guys as they continue their advances. So we'll check on his kill count again in a few minutes, but it's looking like Op4 might take the W here. Righto, Ginger, thank you again for the pizza, my man. trying to line up a shot. He's got a DMS scope. He does see Makaki here. It's just Mackie. But members of 4IB, and he is trying to line up some shots. But he might have to move a little bit closer to actually get these shots in play. Meanwhile, we are 1/3 of the way through. Op4 having 34-17 because of 2-1 sectors here. Op4, though, has a lot of forces starting to come to Charlie. They might be able to wrestle that position out of control, but Blue 4 has a lot of forces to potentially take Bravo from Op4. But Bravo does have a lot of elite players on it. Members of Scandia, Recon, TSB, and T5 Bay is still alive. My second best pick for Arma 3 Friday Night Fights. Meanwhile, the garrison attacking Alpha has lessened for Blue 4. And the defensive garrison has been able to start whittling away on that. So even if Blue 4 takes Bravo, you're going to see Op4 forces overpower X-Ray here and take Charlie. I don't see how Blue 4 is going to be able to maneuver their forces to take either Alpha or Charlie after that to get the 2-over-1 ratio for the sectors here. And I think Op4 just has it in the bag, but they need to hold. Otherwise, Blue 4 might press an advantage here. Lolo get knocked out from return fire from McGowan and Stark. But again, I think Op4 is going to lose Bravo. But Op4 is going to regain, is going to take Charlie and hold Alpha. But SL Dreams, if he can get some more knockouts from the rear of Blue 4's line, we also got Layden and Fred on the rear of Blue 4's attack to Alpha. I think that's going to be able to hold the tide here for Op4. Lolo woken back up here. He just bandaged himself so he's not actively bleeding anymore. We do have two medics. Flying Finn working on overdrive here to keep his guys healthy. But all Op4 needs to do is stall as this main force goes to take Charlie. Got Op4's tower garrison here on the castle getting suppressed, forcing the 4IB guys to go lower. Navy holding that position as well, but Op4 is starting to swarm this position. The outer wall here preventing them from taking the sector until they breach. That's exactly what Navy's going to be holding right there on his own. But if Op4 is able to take Charlie, it is going to be GG in my opinion. But Op4 has more than enough on manpower to do it. There's the breach. Navy has his gun up. Takes out Tackleberry. Knocks his body back. That forces the rest of Op4 here to play it cautious. Navy needs to do attack reload. Dusty's going down from Blue 4 all the way back here. That is Grav holding the back line on that entrance. 2 free kills to Blue 4. Will it be enough though? And will Blue 4 be able to push on Bravo to maintain this advantage? Gaz now trying to breach. He spots Navy's head and tries to engage, but standing is going to be a tough call. Grenade getting thrown. Navy now engaging Dusty's as he pushes around. Grav in cover as he is readjusting because he was engaged. Grenadier rounds coming in. Grag getting some shots on Navy. Were they effective though? Yes, Navy is bandaging, but Op4 doesn't know to press that advantage because they don't have perfect intel. Grag now doing a blind suppression as 4IB have also folded down here, and they are overwatching with an SSWT kit with their marksman to hold that gateway. Very smart call there. Op4 halfway to victory as Blue 4 is desperately trying to push up to take Bravo. Meanwhile, you got a blue 4 medic, Nuzzy, trying to breach into this position, but against these guys, I doubt he's going to do anything. We'll check back on him in a moment as blue 4 is now braving the minefield to try to push into Op 4 Bravo. And you have so many Op 4 guys now trying to breach in. 2600 going down. Some GL rounds ranging in. But this castle only has one entrance, and these blue 4 guys just need to hold. But a lot of smoke's going out to help conceal Op 4's advance here. And now you got Op 4 charging in to try to flood. Charlie has been knocked out of blue 4's position, knocked into neutral here because the sheer number of Op 4 guys trying to breach in. You just have Navy and 2 members of 4IB trying to hold against a large torrent of Op 4 trying to breach in. And this is going to be an uphill battle now from blue 4 for the rest of the way. Because even if blue 4 is able to wrestle blue 4 from Scandia Recon and TSB assets, they're still going to be down 2-1 in the sectors. Navy getting knocked out by Major Con and STS. Dryden doing his best to come around. Might be able to shoot some Op 4 guys in the back with his marksman rifle. Takes out Andreas. Gaz is also down. They might be able to wrestle control back from this sector. Shepard taking out another Op 4 guy. They're making Op 4 pay for it, but Op 4 has a lot of forces still left. Blue 4 is really nastily whittled down. STS knocking out Navy. Shepard taking out another Op 4 member. But I mean, just look at all the Op 4 guys still alive. And then if we scroll up, look at all the dead Blue 4 guys, man. I don't see how Blue 4 is going to be able to hold. They might be able to hold Charlie, sure. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be enough. Shepard trying to take out Dusty, but Dusty managing to knock him out. Dryden getting some retaliation shots in, trying to knock out 2600. He's going to need to do attack reload real quick. There it is. And Dusty's, Dryden, excuse me, climbing under the truck. But he's spotted by Dryden and Dusty's killing Dryden because Dusty spotted Dryden crawling under the truck. And that's it. Op 4 controls all 3 sectors. You still have Nuzzy over here, the medic, trying to crawl into this sector. But this is GG at this point. Op 4 managing to deal with so many blue 4 guys right here. Let's look at the kill counts, mind you. DeVincer on 2 kills. Yanni Finn on 3 kills. Malin on 2 kills. Flying Finn on no kills. Azariah on no kills. Reapers on no kills. Lolo on 2 kills. We saw a massive blue 4 force right here, but they are pulling back because they have been wiped. Other than a handful of dudes, SL Dreams, how many kills is this guy on? On 9 fucking kills! That just shows it to you, man. Dreams going down and getting double tapped by Stark, but 9 kills for the marksman. That's it. That's GG. Blue 4 is not going to be able to bounce back here. And that's gonna be it. Nemesis on 2 kills, Infidel on 0 kills and on his death, but Dreams with those 9 kills on the rear end of Blue 4. I mean, Kelp's kind of sealed the deal here. Blue 4 has no sectors under control. Op 4 getting 3 points every 60 seconds. This is gonna be GG in less than 10 minutes. Anyway, guys, we will be back with the NA branch of Friday Night Fights in an hour. Probably start a little late, so probably up to an hour and a half. That'll give me some time to sober up and relax. But yeah, I don't see how Op 4 is going to be able to bounce back here. So, chat, if you've got any questions, comments, and concerns, feel free to ask them because we are pretty much done. We do have a Blue 4 medic trying to get up Stoughton Bay here. That is Koak. Fred also prone close by, but there's no way Blue 4 can bounce back at this point difference with the amount of players that are still alive. Also, some of Op 4's southern force attacking Charlie has now swung up, and they're going to try to clean up these forces here, but relax until Bloodwing gets home. Yeah, don't remind me. This is the end. 48 players still alive. Ay, ay, ay. So you're hearing Koak trying to put shots on Fred. Manages to knock out Fred. But Koak's buddy, who he's trying to get up, is down. VOD4 just trades 1-to-1 even. VOD4 is going to win with plenty of pocket change. Vonk knocking out Short Boy there. Yeah. That's it. There's nothing left. Blue 4 is scattered around, but Op 4 has a pretty sizable garrison on all these AOs. I mean, that's GG. In all honesty, like 82 to 26. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. That is 6 minutes still going. But Op 4 will win within 6 minutes. Still going? Yep. Usually FNF wraps up by 6:30, but we're still at 7 p.m. It's also because they took another, like, an additional 35 minutes, so it makes sense that we're at 7 o'clock by now, because usually 3 rounds last about 3.5 hours. But, again, they started a bit late, so that's going to be it. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me for Friday Night Fights EU branch. Again, in an hour, we will switch to NA. I'll have sobered up a little bit. I'll have eaten my pizza that Ginger was kind enough to buy for me, but this is the end. You know, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut the recording